Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Letters Edged in Black, our Blades in the Dark actual play. Tonight we have Monica, who we did not have last time.
Hello.
But we still have Jabari, Ray, and Kitty, who introduced themselves last time, so I'm not going to make them do it again. Um, Instead, we're just going to jump right into kind of a recap of what happened last time for our viewers and for our players, since Monica wasn't here playing Devil Jack. So we'll be able to discuss how, how that went.
Oh no.
Last time on Letters Edged in Black.
Yes, last time on Letters Edged in Black. So last time we did this, the the I will answer Oriki's question in a minute. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but let me say what happened last time, and then Jabari, I'll make you explain. They're asking about the splash image, about the height line on the back of the prison board.
I'm glad someone noticed that because
Yeah.
it is on purpose.
I will explain.
Are we all short as fuck?
No.
No.
I will make Jabari explain it though. But first, we'll do our quick recap for what happened last time. So Lord Pendrin, who is both a vice purveyor for Spit and also the kind of the leader of oh man, what is this faction?
Path of Echoes?
Yes, the Path of Echoes. Of which you guys got a little bit of faction rep with them for doing a good job last session. So he is a regular customer of the Post, bringing things to and from his office in Charter Hall down to places, in sundry places that would be best if people didn't know he was sending them there. And he asked you to bring a package to Silkshore, which you agreed readily to do. And when you got to Silkshore, the recipient wasn't where she was supposed to be. On the way, though, you had to fight your way through a small skirmish between some lampblacks and some red sashes, and Spit got... Gosh, I don't know the best way to describe that. Spit got embroiled in a relationship.
Sorry.
That's one way to put it, yeah.
With an individual
You have a
named,
fan.
with an individual named Dirk, who is now Spit's #1 fan.
Also a sentient knife.
Yes.
Also, 2 kids in a trench coat. Oh, what?
As Masked Cesar put it, I critically failed my save to avoid a date.
Yes.
Tried to ditch his ass.
So many times.
Did not work.
He kind of became like a weird stalker person, which I wasn't a fan of. So now he doesn't do that anymore. He has not been stalking Spit. He is respecting.
He's more of a Millhouse than like a creepy
Yeah.
vampire boyfriend.
Right.
Right.
He is respecting her boundaries as much as, you know, as he can. But that doesn't mean that he has not invited her on a date, which you can let me know later whether or not you accepted it.
I think I threw myself on that grenade for something. Like I think there was a devil's bargain
It was a
involved.
devil's
and-
bargain, absolutely.
Yeah.
So when the crew, when the Post made it to Silkshore, the woman Anne, her name is Lady Anne, was supposed to be at one of the whorehouses that they often bring things to for Lord Pendrin, and she wasn't there. And so they went looking for her in her home and found her eviscerated body on her bed behind locked doors with a circle of dirt around the body. Best guess was that maybe there was a demon summon ritual going on. We don't know if it went off correctly or if it was interrupted. The circle was disturbed and her room was ransacked. In the course of discovering all this information, Beige interacted with the package some and found out that it was some kind of modified spirit jar of some sort, a mechanism meant to house souls, of which they placed Lady Anne's soul into the box, the package, and then returned to sender the whole thing back to Lord Pittman. Undeliverable.
It was COD.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
no.
bullshit.
Yeah,
It was bullshit. Yeah.
it was bullshit.
Oh, now I'm sorry that my supernatural investigator member of the demon police was not there to help you with this.
That's okay.
Demon police.
Your services will be necessary in the future.
Okay. All right. It sounds like it. If this is how we're starting, it sounds like it.
Right. So, the crew did a little bit of investigating on Lady Anne and found out that she was up until very recently also a member of the Path of Echoes. So she is one of these people who does jobs or experiments for the Path of Echoes, and the people who knew her best suggested that maybe it is best to investigate other members of the Path of Echoes if the crew is concerned about looking into her untimely demise. Otherwise, there's lots of things for the crew to do around town. The Lampblacks have asked the crew to help them in activities against the Red Sashes. While their war has been heating up since the last time you've made a run, essentially yesterday, in game time, what was skirmishes on the street have turned into organized attacks on locations and strongholds, organized overnight, essentially, into today there are raids. The Crows, you don't really have any affiliation with the Crows. They also don't really care about you as long as you give them coin for when you pull off jobs, because you work and live in what they still claim as Crowsfoot being their area. Of course, the crew has failed to... Did you guys fail to pay them? I can't remember.
No, we still have one status with them, so we must have not
paid.
stiffed them.
I think maybe you didn't stiff them, for once.
For once.
So they're on good terms with you still. So the Crows are asking you to help them put the war to rest. Essentially, they are internally having issues, and they can't really deal with the Lampblacks and the Red Sashes who are fighting, and they can't handle it on their own. And so they have given you an offer. If you can help that war settle down, they're willing to pay you heftily for it, which will ultimately help the Crows get a stronger hold over Crowsfoot while they're still having internal issues. The Lampblacks would like you to kick the shit out of the Red Sashes, and clearly the Red Sashes would like you not to do that. There is the issue of Lady Anne's untimely demise, and the possibility that there is a demon out there that got summoned and let loose.
I mean, obviously, the dead Lady Anne and the possibility of a loose demon is very relevant to my interests.
Right.
I mean, that's just a Tuesday night. I mean, I think we should really worry about these Lampblacks and Red Sashes because, money.
We're never home. But money. That's fair.
We're never home because we're afraid of being home because we can't pay the Crows, damn it.
We're avoiding the landlord when rent is
We're
due.
avoiding the landlord. We're crawling into the back window of our own house.
So just to reiterate, the Crows want us to put to bed the Red Sash Lampblack bullshit.
Yeah, and they don't care who they don't care if one of them goes down. They don't care if both of them go down or neither of them goes down. They just want the war to end so that they can essentially re-solidify their foothold and their control over Crowsfoot.
So they're willing to pay heftily.
They are willing to pay, yes.
What if our compensation is we just don't have to pay them?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I like what you're putting down there.
Okay.
But also at the same time, they're probably going to rescind on that if we just had the money.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, we're dealing with criminals and crooks here.
Yeah.
Yes, criminals and crooks, but they do have a little honor amongst themselves.
Honor among thieves.
Not only would we be gaining rep with them by doing this, but I mean, whether we get money or we don't have to pay rent anymore, those are both pretty nice. And just,
All right,
without that, Spit has already made it pretty clear that she's willing to stick her neck out for the Lampblacks.
All right. I can be persuaded by money and never having to pay rent again. That sounds pretty good. It's hard to argue with.
Yeah.
What sort of things? What's going on with this war? Let's get some more details.
Okay.
Like what are they up to? What sort of dumb shit have they done that we can possibly capitalize on?
Oh, the dumb shit.
I know, right?
So some stuff that they have done is so right now the biggest thing for the past couple of months has been, or weeks really, has been that they are having their fights happen just in the
Like out in the open.
just out in the open. Just there.
I have first-hand experience with that.
Yeah, just everywhere that, anywhere could be, there was fighting, and that's not good because that draws the attention of the Bluecoats, and that brings the Bluecoats into the area, and the Crows are not happy about that. The Lampblacks and both of them have started ramping that violence up to burned buildings, fires, stop machinery, bodies dumped in the canals. You guys wouldn't know anything about that, but definitely bodies dumped in the canals.
I definitely have nothing to do with that.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Is there a citizenry faction for Crowsfoot? Just out of curiosity. I don't know how much of Crowsfoot is just like people trying to fucking live there, or if it's just all gangs.
There's citizenry. Yeah, it's not just all gangs. There's definitely people who live there. Everybody who lives there they understand that there's gang activity around, and they know who the gang people are, and they work with the gangs, but they're not all members, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
They're just pervasively affected by.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sure they would love to see this end too.
Yes, absolutely. They would absolutely love to see this end, and would love to see, if half of them went to jail and never came back, that'd be fantastic. Things like that.
Like, I miss when we were just like paying gangs to drink our drink.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's definitely something.
The awkward part here is how can the post do this?
Yeah, why?
How can
why
the post help?
Is it specifically that the post is being asked to help, or is it just like a general whoever gets it done first wins the prize money?
There's a little bit of that. Like, you aren't necessarily being specifically tasked by these people to do this. You could maybe go talk to the leader of the Crows and negotiate something with her. If you really were interested in doing that thing for the Crows. The other thing is how you get the war to end is up to you, and I don't think ending the war is going to be something you can do in a single mission. So if you accept that task, especially if it's going to be we don't have to owe you for doing doing stuff in crow's foot anymore, then you're gonna essentially, as you do missions, you will work towards that as a goal. You'll have some discrete things you need to do to solidify that.
Can I make a request?
Sure.
Could we say that as part of our missions to undermine most likely the red sashes, could that count as gaining turf on our crew sheet?
Yeah.
Like maybe we just steal turf from them
Yeah.
until they have nothing left?
That's cool.
Absolutely, because turf has to come from someone. So if you're choosing to embroil yourself in this thing against the red sashes, you can absolutely do missions, take turf from them.
We need turf, and I don't like them.
Right.
I don't know who they are.
Uh,
As both a player and a character, my character's very out of touch with this world, to be honest.
does Ray, do you want to kind of explain from your character's point of view?
I think from Smith's point of view, it's basically just like the Lampblacks helped us out and the Red Sashes didn't, so fuck them. But the most I understand aren't the Lampblacks like a gang of lamplighters?
Yeah, so
and
Who
the
would have
Red
been
Sashes
fired?
have like their own fighting dojo and
yes, okay, so the lamp.
What?
yeah.
Okay, so let me do a little setting stuff right now. The Lampblacks were essentially lamp-lighters and lamp, throughout the
As
game.
any steampunk city needs. Yeah.
Right. The problem is that Doskvol moved to etheric energies, which is essentially electricity, and so now they're
Magic,
out of a job.
yeah.
They're out of a job. They don't have anything.
They're mad.
They're mad, but they're also
They're blue collar workers who got laid off en masse, and now they're post work unionizing to get their job. We got to go with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to go with them. I talked myself into it. We got to go.
So
Yeah.
quickly for
There wasn't really. I mean,
yeah.
Sparkle
So-
wasn't going to decide that for us. So
Oh, I mean,
Twinkle.
what was that?
Twinkle.
Twinkle. Twinkle, Spit. Twinkle. Like, come on. It's not that hard to remember names. Oh, wait.
So the
I
lamp
forgot. You need help. Okay.
So the Red Sashes are Ruvian sword masters, and they do have fighting dojos, and they do more of their criminal activity is like as bruisers and beating people up for money.
I feel like my character has probably been beat up by them a couple times, especially in her young early life when she was still trying to figure out the whole don't get seen thing.
Yeah, that's probably very
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can relate to the Lampblacks. I probably have a cousin that was in them or something like that. I come from a very long line of factory workers.
Yes, and when
It's hard
Spider
getting 4 feet tall.
right, and when Spider is here, Crow will absolutely be all about helping the revolutionary laborers. Essentially.
Correct.
Yep.
So, okay. So yeah, that is a big thing that opens a lot of opportunities for missions for the crew. So, that's kind of like what you have available. So I'm not sure what kind of mission. I know that you were talking about getting territory at the end of last session. So if you want that to be the thing that you do this session, where you steal some territory from the Red Sashes as a move towards helping, in this war, helping the Lampblacks, then we can absolutely go through that, or anything else you want to do.
Is there like some dojo we can blow up?
I mean, probably.
Okay.
Is that really
I
our
just-
style?
Yeah. Is that your style?
Who said
Like
we
if
were gonna do it?
if a bunch of smugglers were to come in and take turf, what does that look like exactly?
It looks like we do what needs to be done to get what we want in
Like,
this world, because it's
Pretty nice
Dog-
opium den.
dog
It'd be
eat
great if it was our
fish, eat
warehouse.
I'm all here for fighting literally everyone, Kitty, but I'm not playing that kind of cutter yet. That's my other Blades in the Dark character. That's not this one. I tried to do something different.
I just feel like you got to send a message,
I mean, we could send multiple messages. So many.
We
that
are
nobody-
the post. That's
We are
right.
the
We do send messages.
So,
Also, I have to apologize. I am actually really exhausted right now.
That's fine.
I'm on like my 8th hour of streaming today,
Oh
so
my goodness.
yeah.
We should we should do better at scheduling in the future.
It's not it's not your fault. It is. But anyways, have we delivered anything for the Red Sashes in the past?
They're not really your usual clientele.
Okay.
oh,
Do we
We could,
know if they typically outsource any of their deliveries? And do we know if they would have any reason to suspect that we would want to set them up to use a delivery to expose them as assholes?
Okay, so
Possibly to some people who will go blow up their dojo for us.
So there is no reason for them to suspect that you're going to set them up.
Oh,
Like,
fuck yeah.
That is
Fuck
not.
yeah.
That is not. I mean, they don't
they're not even
necessarily-
thinking about it.
Yeah, they don't necessarily like you, but that is so far out of the realm of possibility of things that are going to happen right now while they're trying to deal with the
that the
lamp
post is coming for you.
Right. Yeah. So they're just not.
The post is
just
coming
Not a
for
thing they
you.
suspect.
You're postmarked motherfuckers.
Wow.
Return. Do we gotta come up with so many post one-liners like "return to sender"? Here's your delivery.
No longer at this address.
I like postmarked is pretty good.
I do like postmarked. That's good.
I also like just
It's our hit book.
undeliverable.
It's our hit book, but it's our postmark book. We put a little stamp. We put a little
So-
postmark stamp when we've taken someone out.
All right, I have a question, and I'm gonna jump off of Kitty's suggestion that we fight them. Do they have, they're the gang, obviously, so they have lieutenants and important members, right? Perhaps we could figure out where their officers, for lack of a better term, hang out and take one of them out at a time instead of
Oh, I feel
Launching
like
an
I would
assault-
do that.
launching
I
an
feel-
assault on a dojo sounds like a really stupid idea, but
Uh-huh.
beating up one of the leaders as he's half drunk stumbling out of a bar sounds like a fantastic.
I feel like I would
Even-
know that because that's kind of like my thing.
Yeah.
We can also
So
just like
it's-
deliver a bunch of like bombs.
Is that
Or
Alternatively, I mean, bombs as like literal bombs.
I mean,
or are we delivering like?
We just
Letters
deliver
that
a
will
bunch of
cause
shit
an
that
internal
scares and
war.
hurts them. And
I
then
mean-
they leave.
I mean, absolutely, like smuggling in explosives into the enemy territory so that they blow up is absolutely a thing that smugglers do.
Yeah.
Jabari, you had something, I think.
wild idea. Why don't we first find a contact who has a lot of power and or create some kind of a deadly grudge outside of Crow's Foot, with someone who has a lot of different resources, particularly to carry out maybe executions of some sort. Then we mail a bunch of letters to the captains of the Red Sashes to meet at this location for a raid that is actually a trap, so that they just get executed there, tipping off the people who have the power to do that.
All right.
The trick is picking the right
Right.
faction to pull off that hit.
So you're gonna. So what you're. Let me make sure I understand what you're saying before.
I think this is multiple jobs.
I have
Okay,
an
but
idea.
okay, but I just want to make sure I understand, and then Ray and Kitty, whatever your idea to add to this. So the idea is that you frame the Red Sashes and get them into a war with a much more powerful faction outside of Crow's Foot.
Yep.
And then get them all murdered
Outside of Crow's Foot.
outside of Crow's Foot. This
by
is-
by setting up an initial strike ordered by Malera or indicating some kind of juicy information that's like, this is the time to strike because allies outside of Crow's Foot have heard about this.
Oh, okay. All right, Ray.
You know how we have that other plot line where there's a demon running around?
Yes.
Oh.
What if we caught a demon and just kind of let it loose in the Red Sash territory?
All of you are
And just-
terrible.
Just wrap up the two plot lines. Go catch a demon, kind of wheel it in, and then just bye.
That's worse than the bombs.
Abijah
That's
is
gonna go so
actually-
much more wrong.
We have a
from
whisper
Russia.
and we have a double hunter, and I think I have some like cool bullets. We could do this, right?
Yeah, arguably, Abijah is more experienced with demons than ghosts.
Okay. Kitty, you had an idea?
I just wanted to say that my first idea was to get someone else to deal with the war ourselves, was to deliver some scathing mail to cause someone else to go up a blow up a dojo. I just wanted to say that. I had it right the first time.
Okay. All right.
One of my playbook friends is an extortionist.
Okay.
We're
Oh, I didn't.
getting towards actually playing something here. Perhaps we could ask her, the name is Grace. That sounds like a lady's name. I'm going to go with that. We could ask her if maybe she could help us find a way to leverage them. And then maybe we can start there and then figure out what weakness we're going to exploit and then blow them up or capture a demon or fight all of them or any of the other million incredibly something ideas that you guys have all thrown out.
Something ideas.
It was just something.
Are we not playing
something.
Blades in the Dark? Let's capture a demon.
I mean, okay.
Let's capture.
I feel
Listen,
like we're discussing this like around the breakfast nook table or something in our
Yes,
lair.
this can be mostly in character,
Is it
sure.
like a card table with a bunch of like dirty like beer glasses and
Me off the side over here. I'm like hanging around Righty because Righty is adorable and amazing.
Oh yeah, Monica, I'm so sorry.
picking my nails with my nails.
In case you missed episode 1, you have a vehicle with 2 goats, and one is named Lefty and one is named Righty.
Fantastic.
There's rumors and speculation as to why they are named that way, but none of that is true.
Righty lives with me. Righty likes me the best.
Excuse you. Righty is my emotional support goat.
It's got an orange
I
vest.
go to her at the end of every day and I sit and I feed her the best hay.
The best hay.
Hey.
Righty
I
is
didn't-
not turf.
I didn't realize that there was a custody battle going on over the 2
There is.
goats.
Yes.
I mean,
Lefty's a dick,
nobody
though.
cares about
Nobody-
Lefty. We
nobody likes
actually
Lefty.
can't get rid of Lefty. Lefty keeps
I
breaking
like Lefty.
down. Like Lefty's overdue for an oil change.
Just beat in the corner with like a mimosa. Like I like Lefty.
Lefty's the best. So
Let's use the extortionist friend.
okay.
That sounds like a good
Okay.
lead.
Okay,
All right.
So,
Alright.
so I guess let's do a quick in-between scene where we go talk to Grace, so that you can ask her to do a thing for you.
Star swipe.
All right.
Yes. So Grace is an extortionist. She lives in where does she live, Monica?
Oh, that would require me to remember the names of places in Doskvol. Hang on, there's a map.
There is a map.
She probably doesn't live that far from where we live because we're buds and we probably talk pretty often. So it looks like Charter Hall's the fancy place, right? If I recall correctly.
It's government.
She probably doesn't live. Well, if she's an extortionist, maybe she does.
I totally think that she at least works in Charter Hall.
She at least works in Charter Hall, which is, I probably don't know where she lives, given that she's an extortionist.
Yeah.
But I
you know where
certainly
to
meet
find
her in. I know where to find her, and I certainly find her in Charter Hall, where she has her many, many irons and many fires.
Okay. Then you head to Charter Hall.
All right.
You head to a road like that is like, I don't know, man, making up road names in this city. She works on 2/6th Street, like 2/6th, like it's the
Oh, okay, like 2/6,
It's a
like a fraction.
fraction.
like a
It's a
fraction.
fraction.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not 1/3.
No,
It's
it's not
2/6.
It's 2/6. It's important.
Okay. Is it in between 1/6 and 3/6?
No.
Okay.
But there is a there is a like 1 and a 6th street.
1 and a 6th, but this is 2/6.
I was thinking it should be between like 1/8 and Pendleton Street. Just
Okay.
Hot city planning action. Here
Yep.
On
All right.
Mycons.
Okay. Where on 2/6th Street?
Yes.
Where do I meet her? Is she like in an office or?
No, she has essentially a consulting office where she is she's essentially a lawyer. Or I guess solicitor, if we're going with, British sounding things. And she is so she has a private office. It's at the top of one of these like multi-tiered buildings that's stacked in like these kind of like townhouses where the walls are just like not quite touching. And all these row buildings with like stacked office buildings and stuff like that. And essentially above residences, and it could be a residence, but it's not. She's converted it into an office. And so that is where you are. And in this area of Charter Hall, the buildings are a little more cramped and a little more like soot stained than other parts of Charter Hall. This is a little more rundown in this area than other parts. Not like as bad as Crow's Foot or anything like that, but it is clearly a place where the rent is lower, the cost of living is lower.
Okay. Do I go? Am I going alone, or you nerds coming with me?
I would like to go.
You must
I'm
be
also
talking to
curious.
Glitter.
mostly talk.
I mean, I'm fine with Beach coming with me. It's the remaining two of you. Whether or not
Mostly
you're-
talking
Probably
to
should-
Glitter. Well,
you
with that
should bring
attitude,
one
no.
or the other, not both of us.
With that
we're in a
attitude,
fit
even
right
if you
now.
leave me behind, I'm gonna sneak off after you, and
All
I'm
right.
gonna
I
sit on a rooftop.
I'll go on my
and
date with Dirk.
brood.
so
Okay.
so I'm clearly bringing my whole quarrelsome family.
Is Spit going on this date with Dirk, or is Spit going with Deviljack?
If
Oh,
Ooh,
Two different dates.
ooh,
One not really a
Spit-
date.
And then
Spit
this
really
is
likes
not a date at all.
Deviljack, but
And if this
Spit
is a
also
date,
needs to deal with
it's
Dirk.
not with you.
Okay.
All right, I'll go with Dirk.
Okay.
All right.
So
Okay.
Twinkle,
So I'm taking the
Deviljack,
rest
and
of you
Beach
instead.
are going to meet with Grace, and Spit is going to have a date with with Dirk. I love it.
I have some questions, just gameplay things. Do we at least know, like, surface level the names of the various factions, if not like their specific shit?
Yeah.
So like I could reference one if I kind of wanted to
absolutely.
tug on. Awesome.
Yeah,
Good
most
to know.
people, unless it's like a super secret organization, which, like, unless it's one of the ones on the fringe. But honestly, if you want to mention them, I'm assuming you're doing it because you, Jabari, are interested in that faction, which means I want it to be included in this game. So, you're welcome to
Neat.
do that.
Cool.
All right. So let's start with Grace, and then we'll cut to Spit and Dirk. Deviljack.
Before we get going, can I dip out real quick?
Yeah,
Since I'll be in a different scene.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
Go get your LaCroix. I know
Let
what's
me,
going on.
Oh, you know what? Hang on. You guys pretend like I'm not here while you, because I'm not.
Okay.
I'm definitely not looking for a background to suggest that I have to go and look for LaCroix. All right, I'll be right
Oh my
back.
god.
There is
Oh,
a tiny
amazing.
spider.
Just been
Crawling
replaced
all
with a bunch
over.
of sentient Ricori.
I feel like I should probably explain the answer to that question, by the way, before.
Oh, yeah?
I just figured that Doskvol uses a totally different measurement system that arbitrarily looks recognizable.
Oh,
So And I figured it would be kind of absurd if it looked like everyone was kind of short. I figured it was some weird step between the metric system
Oh,
and
So-
okay, yeah. So
US.
like it's like how in ye olden British times their money system was absolute trash.
Right.
And you had like one coin that was worth 3 of these other coins, but 3 of these coins was worth 10 of these coins, but 10 of
Yeah.
them was only worth 2.5 of these. It's just
Yeah.
absolute trash.
Yeah, so they use the Doskvol Imperial Standard, which maps nowhere near anything like what we use.
It's like it's based on a boulder. It's like 4 of these boulders tall. It's a rock is what you're measuring. It's the height of this one particular rock. That's
a
it.
sensible measurement system was lost in the cataclysm.
Yeah, that was lost in the cataclysm.
It's like femurs.
It's like
How many femurs tall are you?
Approximately.
Oh, I love it.
Approximately.
5 femurs tall.
Yep. It's like hands, which you use to measure horses,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
we have
Cubits.
all these bones. Yeah. Cubits. All right. I'm so glad that Ray has her LaCroix.
Has your LaCroix been successfully acquired?
Bam. She's too
Oh, they're the same green as my screen.
Ghost LaCroix.
It's key lime.
Oh.
Good one. Good one.
Excellent. All right.
All right. Well, so
Yeah.
Devil Jack, are you
Yes.
sending Grace a notification that you're going to come see her? Or
Yeah,
are you just
absolutely.
gonna
I will
show up?
send her. No. I'll send her a note. I'm not rude. I'll text her beforehand.
All right.
The like leave a note with her butler or whatever. The old timey equivalent of texting.
Sure.
Basically just letting her know that
You drop
Leave
a
your
calling card.
card.
calling card.
Yeah.
Yes, precisely.
Nice.
Of which I have several, and they're very stylish. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So Grace is expecting you. Then when you arrive,
And I guess I didn't. You guys you probably saw the promo art, but if you didn't, Devil Jack is tall, very tall, like 6.5 feet, very tall. Is Taikarosi, so he's like got little tiefling horns, and he has a tail, but keeps that mostly either wrapped around his waist belt style, like he's a Saiyan,
I'm gonna do this
or
thing.
tucked into his pants.
I'm gonna do this thing real quick. I would never do this normally, but I'm gonna
Okay.
switch to the intro thing real quick. You'll still be able to hear
okay.
us.
All right.
But this Devil Jack is there, and his hat is on his tail.
Yes. Though in this scene, it is currently on his head.
Right.
So,
So
and I love the way Jabari drew him in like this sort of 30s suit style,
yes.
which seems so different from the art in the default book that I've decided that has to be like Taikarosi style. It marks him as a foreigner.
Yes.
Yes.
And he's a stylish as fuck foreigner.
Yes.
Yeah. And like he's tan and got sort of like a golden hue to it. But it's also like a little bronzish, and I mean that in like a metallic sheen. So like occasionally the lamplight hits him and he looks like he's made out of metal. And is very off-putting, foreign, and attractive.
Did we all just get a crush on Devil Jack, though?
Yes, I did. I know
No, not at all.
Like, the entire crew is like...
Like, oh.
Everyone but Beesh is like... So I imagine that like at the beginning, he rolled back in like with a cigarette and was like, hello, what happened? And everyone was like, hello, what did happen?
I don't remember.
Kicks Sparkle out of the way. Is like, hey, Jack.
We have so much to
Me,
share.
I'm just over here like, what the fuck? There's nothing like.
He's weird. He's got horns. What?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's who I don't.
You said Sparkle is or
Twinkle. Thanks.
sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's
Devil Jack would
Twinkle.
get it
I'm
right.
being mean.
It's Twinkle. Okay, I'm so sorry. Devil Jack would get it right. He's very considerate. Twinkle and Devil Jack standing next to each other has got to be hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Short ass self next to this tall ass dude.
Dude,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
But he also comes prepared to make nice with Grace. So I bring something to eat, like a pastry that we can
Champagne?
share, or
A
some
fancy
fresh
eel
coffee,
pie,
or a
not
fancy
baklava.
eel pie.
I
the commoner
really,
eel
really
pies.
like the idea of Jack showing up with like a carafe of coffee and some
Mhm.
mugs. And then he's
Oh, yeah.
like, "Oh, well, I'm in your office, but can I offer you some coffee?" And he's just like
That's
pouring
what
coffee
happens.
for people. So that's
Awesome.
what happens.
That is
So-
absolutely what happens.
So Grace greets Devil Jack. Oh, Devil Jack, it's so good to see you.
I give her the European like two cheek kisses.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yes.
And be in the
Mwah,
background, just
mwah,
like,
sweet dear.
oh my god,
What
I'm so
what
glad
can
I
I
don't have to be
do
the one
for you,
doing
friend?
this.
Please, this is a matter of some discretion, if you would. And he puts the coffee cups on the table and the carafe, and then turns and shuts the door.
Right. Oh yes.
Yes, possibly locking it behind him.
Yeah. And you know that this place is pretty secure as far as like, Grace does a lot of shady business out of her office, even though she's a solicitor and she does her normal soliciting business here. She is used to people coming, and since you gave her a heads up, there was no one else around when you came in.
Perfect.
Is it a little
Yeah.
cramped for us?
It is a little cramped with all three of you in there with her because she's used to meeting people one-on-one. But there's standing room.
I offer my hand to shake.
Okay. She shakes it. She says, "Oh, delighted, lovely. Who are you?"
Abisha Oriel.
Oh, pleasure
These
to
are
meet you,
associ-
Abisha.
These are associates of mine, otherwise they wouldn't be here.
And-
Dylan's like,
Hi.
it's cool, babe. They're with me.
I imagine that these are other members of the post. Then
Correct.
I see. Well, what can I, in my humble means, do for the post today?
Well, I will pour her a cup of coffee, and myself, and I guess one for these two too. And
Share a mug.
take the one.
Shake,
I'll
shake.
take the one chair and sort of
And he'll
just
take the
drape
one
himself
chair.
into it.
Me, I'm just
Yeah.
holding this cup of coffee, and I'm like, what do I do with this?
I just
I
imagine
don't like coffee.
that Devil Jack like does the whatever. Gosh, why can't I think of the Star Trek the meme where he like sits in the chair?
Oh,
with, like,
the captain, not
Riker.
captain. He's the deputy to
Why can't I
Captain
think of his
Riker.
name?
Janeway.
Thank you.
Riker, the Riker
Yes.
sit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just imagine
Right.
Devil Jack
He's-
doing that sit.
Well, he's
Riker
really
sit.
tall, so he can do that sit into basically any chair.
Just
Kat
Yes.
is saying that Danielle's a little quiet.
Yeah, I think I'm a little quiet because you guys are a little loud. I tried to turn you down a little bit, and I'm going to turn you down a little
you
bit
can't
more.
silence me.
I can.
Oh.
I literally can. But I'll also try to talk louder so that it's better. All right.
All right, yeah. So I'm going to. Devil Jack drapes himself into the only chair, and then his sitting down is about the same height as Twinkle, and
No, he actually
Picks
are
up
probably
his cup
still a
of
little
coffee.
bit taller.
taller,
Especially with the hat.
and says, "Yep. Oh, we're inside. The hat's off.
Oh yeah.
I hung up on the way in. Unfortunately, I'm here on business, and there are people I need you to look into.
Who would that be?
The leadership of the Red Sashes.
Oh. And well, I won't ask why, but I do want to know what kind of information that you might need.
We're looking for weaknesses, things we can exploit, the sort of thing that would stop a gang war.
Out of curiosity, if they also have any connections to the hive that would be disadvantageous for them to lose,
The hive.
or others.
I think I understand. I'm not 100% sure. But involving the hive might be a little risky. Are you willing to suffer whatever heat may come from that?
I look over at we look at each other like
Is Deviljack's hat hung up in this room with us?
Sure. Would you like it to be? Because it can be.
I would like it to be, thank you. Because while you and Beej are having this intense conversation, I'm gonna try to sneak over and take the hat and put it on.
All right. You have acquired Deviljack's hat.
Sweet.
All right.
It smells like his hair care products.
Very, very
Smells like Dapper Dan.
masculine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Smells like Dapper Dan.
Dapper Dan.
Thank you, Ray. All right. So I'm willing to do this for you. I can gain information. That's fine. What you do with it is up to you. It will only come with that warning. It could be dangerous. But gathering this information will be effort on my part. More so than normal. So you do understand if I have to ask you for something in return.
Oh, of course, my dear. You're the best there is.
Oh, I appreciate it. But can I take a rain check on that? Favor owed.
Of course.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch
Me
your
over
name.
here in Deviljack's hat, just like gonna tilt the brim down a bit so you can't see my face because I know I'm not the face. I'm not. This isn't my job.
Right,
but
you make that noise, and Grace looks at you and says, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name."
Oh no, not you. It was. I'm mentally making notes of my friend's choice of hair care products, and I can smell a certain product in here that I'm very disappointed in. And it would explain a few of the split ends he's been getting lately.
Twinkle is her name, by the way.
Why didn't you leave her outside with the goats?
She's technically a member of the gang.
My spit senses are tingling, and I'm just pissed all of a sudden.
Senses.
Okay. Spit senses is the best phrase I've ever heard.
On her date with Dirk, Spit just feels a shudder for some reason.
I feel like
said something
it's
stupid.
like, SpongeBob where Sandy just goes, I think I'm gonna kick SpongeBob's butt today. Just suddenly in the middle of my thoughts.
Speaking of Spit,
Yeah.
so Spit is on a date with Dirk.
Mm-hmm.
Where do Spit and Dirk go on their date?
What's the
lovely walk along the
crow's foot?
beach.
What's the crow's foot equivalent of Burger King?
There's like a mushroom shack.
We go to the Mushroom Shack.
All right.
How many are there in Crowsfoot? Like
Dirk-
3?
There's like
Check this
3
out.
different mushroom shacks.
It's a food cart, like a bunch of different little like goat-drawn food carts.
Yeah.
Is it?
And I'm just
Dirk
like, you want to go to
put
the
this out,
Mushroom Shack?
Right? I was gonna say.
So
I
it's
didn't say it was going to be a good date.
So it's your idea to go to the mushroom shack, not Dirk's.
Yeah, I put for it because I don't give a fuck. I'm like, what?
Okay.
Mushroom Shack? Is that what? Okay.
He agrees. He's like, yeah, sounds great. I like mushrooms.
Aw.
Who doesn't like mushrooms?
Aw, he loves you so much. I mean, he's infatuated with you is the word that I was actually.
The whole time I'm like, I could have gone with Deviljack.
You're gonna try to get with Deviljack, and then you're gonna realize at the very end
Have you
should
seen
have
him?
been with Dirk. But Dirk was there for you. Dirk put up with your Mushroom Shack date.
I don't want
What
to
did
be puts up with my
Deviljack
Mushroom
do for you?
Shacks. I want someone who looks at me and goes, Mushroom Shack? Bitch, you live like this?
So, so you
We
go
to the
on your
Mushroom Shack.
mushroom shack date. You are at Mushroom Shack. It is it's some food carts, it's some mushrooms that have been cooked different ways to try to make them palatable.
Okay, I don't eat mushrooms because I have a texture issue. However, I have been told that they are very palatable by people who are very passionate about mushrooms.
Yeah. When it's like
I'm one of those people.
practically the only thing that you have to eat in the world.
Wait, where's Jabari from?
And you're going to a goat-drawn carriage that fries them right
Jabari's-
there.
That way. I
That
forgot
way.
it's mirrored. It's mirrored. I gotta go over here.
Jabari's that way.
Yes.
That's Jabari. And you're right there. Hey, hi.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry.
All right. So,
We go to the mushroom shack.
go to the mushroom shack. And he's not, he asks, if you want to go, like, take your food somewhere, or since it's a street cart, like, would you like to go for a walk while we eat? Shrug.
I don't know. Do you want to? She's not into this. She's not even trying.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
she's honestly being terrible.
That's fine. So you're like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. So he's like, cool. So he pays for your mushrooms, and you start walking. And he says, look, I know you don't want to be here.
I gave it away.
But my boss told me that I have to be the liaison between our crews.
Awesome.
Okay.
So I'm actually not here to, like, date you or anything.
Oh, thank God. And she just, like, throws the mushroom over the shoulder.
For that! Oh my
Fuck.
god!
All right. I mean, I don't know why you didn't say something earlier. I was like, how do I get this guy to not like me? It was like,
Well, I mean, that didn't take very much.
Oh! Oh, my spit senses are tingling and I'm laughing now.
that's fair.
All
All right, let's talk business.
So
That was rough.
So the red sashes have a route where they bring in weapons, exotic weapons, weapons of Inari nature, things like that. The boss knows the route and he wants you to take it.
All right. What's what's the pay? What are the terms here?
Couple of coin, plus you'll have whatever you take from the red sashes. The spoils are yours.
All right, cool. Where's the route?
He'll essentially, I'll send you that information.
Okay. Yeah, you know where to find me. Nowhere near this mushroom cart.
No, not here. Mm-mm.
I'm so
The other
glad
two
you
ones
don't
are
like me.
fine. It's just this one in particular.
Yeah.
When someone doesn't like me, it's like, yes, awesome. We have common ground. Okay.
I don't like me either.
That's
Oh,
Suddenly,
yeah,
chemistry.
That got dark. When someone
This
doesn't like
professional
you.
relationship is so functional.
You don't like me. I don't like me. Let's get this going. All right.
All right. Cool. So
Cool. Weird talk. Okay.
weird talk. But the red sashes can't know that you're working with us. So
I don't know if that's doable. They kind of saw me beat the hell out of their guys last time I came through.
yeah, I spread a rumor that we're dating.
It just gets worse.
Oh, so you actually
Why?
go pick up those mushrooms. Go pick up those mushrooms.
Because that's the cover. Explains why
Cover
you
for what?
for why
Oh,
you
okay. So I wasn't fighting Lampblatt because I was okay.
you were protecting
Okay.
me.
All right. Well, shit. Okay. I don't like that very much. Like how far of a rumor? Like how?
I mean, I don't know. You just send these things out into the world and hope they stick.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I mean, at least that. Okay, that's a cover. All right. All right. Yeah, I'll get back with my guys and tell them about this, and we can keep some coin and we can keep whatever we found on the red sashes, and everybody wins.
Yeah.
Except for the red sashes. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Good talking with you.
Perfect for each other.
Okay. By the way, you've all heard this rumor.
I like this relationship so much.
Good for her. Good for her.
Last session, how I was helping spread some rumors to take the heat off of us.
Yeah.
I probably heard this rumor,
Oh, yeah.
and I probably sent out 3 or 4 different extravagant versions of it to just make it that much worse.
Yes.
But also better for us, legitimately.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, Deviljack
Yes.
and Twinkle.
I know
and
things
Speech.
about your relationship that you don't know.
Grace has agreed to investigate. She says it's going to take her a little bit of time to get what she needs to get, especially from who you're asking this information from. Leadership is a little harder than grunts, but she'll get it for you.
She's my friend. I don't expect her to totally screw me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not yet.
If we had a neutral relationship, I'd be more iffy about being like, yes, of course you may owe me a favor, but she is specifically my friend. So I'm sure the favor will cause drama at a specific point and it'll be delicious, but
Right.
I trust her.
Okay. So if you don't have anything else, I'll get started
I
on that
don't.
right away.
No, that's bleh, Monica can't talk. No, that's great. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay. So are you y'all gonna reconvene at the base?
Makes sense.
I'm gonna wear Deviljack's hat for as long as I want to wear it.
I will let Twinkle wear the hat all the way home.
Yay! I'm hoping it's just slightly too big for my head too, so I'm constantly readjusting it.
It's much too big for your head.
That's some theater kid bullshit right there.
Excuse you, this hat is great. I like the hat way more than I like Deviljack. Like, Deviljack's great, but this hat is better.
Wow.
Alas, outperformed by my own headwear.
Alas.
I take the fucking hat from you.
We come back at the same time, and you see me in the hat, and you just swipe it off. Just, hey!
Not yours.
So
Deviljack said I could wear it. Mom said it was my turn with the hat.
Now Deviljack is mom. Excellent.
Deviljack is not mom.
He's so proud.
Okay.
So Bish has kind of like a pensive look as we are leaving Grace's office. She turns to you both and is just kind of like, so what kind of information are we hoping for? Are we... What do you think she'll dig up?
I'd imagine or hope that perhaps there would be some sort of financial weakness we could exploit, or perhaps a dirty secret that we could spread around, given that we are the Post. Or
Fair.
perhaps some vices of the particular captains that we could exploit. Catch them in their moments of weakness, and if you follow.
I do. You know,
What about you?
I've always been curious about how the Red Sashes are able to afford their drug distribution. How they're able to afford drugs at all. They can't be producing it. At least I don't think so. They're not that large of a gang.
That's true. It's possible, but your hunch is almost certainly correct, and it'd be very interesting to find out the root of that, wouldn't it?
And Crowsfoot would definitely thank us for cleaner streets.
I agree.
Would they?
No, but I'm gonna agree anyway.
The crows would.
yeah, the crows would. I also imagined that whole conversation happening over Twinkle's head.
Yes.
Like
I'm
the
just
friend-
sitting, you guys are talking, and
Literally,
I'm
metaphorically.
still hung up on the question of like, what do you hope to find? And I'm sitting here like, an affair. 2 affairs.
I mean, do you say that?
Well, I'm just like at the beginning of the conversation that, yeah, as you guys were talking, and that's
It's just a little thought bubble.
it's mostly me talking to myself because you're literally talking over me.
like if this were a comic panel, it's drawn where like Deviljack is on the left and Beach is on the right, and then
They're
the
handsome
bottom
and
of the
beautiful
frame
and-
Oh,
is
you just see
the
the
top
hat.
And then
Yeah.
down here,
the hat.
You just see the hat.
hat.
And it's like, it doesn't even have a speech bubble. It's just some dialogue written in the background that just says an affair. And the next
Two
panel,
affairs.
it's two
Two
affairs.
affairs.
There is actually a beat though where like if this is vocalized at any point,
Yeah.
or if it, yeah, like Beach totally like leans into that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I am saying it. It's just so.
the
if you want
grown-ups
a
are talking
reaction to me
about
going
like
to
tax
affairs.
havens. Twinkle's like sex.
Love letters. I'm just drawing on the
Love
knowledge that I have,
letters.
which is mostly like, you know how in ancient Egyptian times they had like the pamphlets of really crappy like hieroglyphic XXX stuff
Yeah.
that they'd pass around through the workers, and the workers would all share like the same stone tablet of this crap. This
Uh-huh.
is the culture I grew up in as a factory worker. Is we had like, you know, these hand-me-downs, very saucy novels and stuff.
We
like
had
that.
one porn, and everyone had to share
We
it.
had one
And
porn,
porn.
and everyone had
Everyone
to
gets
share.
a
Parts are
chapter.
already marked.
Well, the thing is, and most of it is also pictures too, because a lot of the people can't read. So
And they're hand-drawn
Ooh.
pictures.
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, so
The anatomy.
do we
is
want to
all-
actually address it?
So I'm just drawing on the knowledge that I have.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
would like to do that though.
Okay, all right.
Beach looks down. at Twinkle,
You just
and like kind of like, you know, like goes to like tilt the hat up and is like, that's a thought.
That's
that's a thought. I'm just like, you're messing up my hair. Pull the hat back down.
Does Malera
But
Club
yeah,
have any?
I mean, come on. There's gangs. There's got to be some, whatever the steampunk equivalent of Romeo and Juliet is in this universe. Like, yeah, that happens all the time, right?
I mean,
Does Malera have any kind of dalliances that you've heard about?
Are you asking Twinkle
I'm-
or?
I'm totally asking Twinkle.
I mean,
It's an
possibly.
opportunity.
Would I have heard of something, GM?
I mean, maybe. I think hearing about sexual dalliances isn't something like, yeah, I mean, people don't care that much unless it's scandalous in a way like we're at war.
Like
and
a
we're still
really
fucking.
weird kink.
Yeah, well, even there's not a lot of kink
Just-
shaming going on.
We're
No,
at
just
war.
no. It's just a real. It's not kink shaming. It's just like, really? I never thought of doing that. That kind of thing. Where it's one of those kinks where you're like, huh? I guess there is that. Okay, that exists.
Yeah, I mean, I think like necrophilia would probably super taboo.
Or
but-
someone who's summoning demons to have sex with them because they think they are incubi and stuff like that.
She's definitely not a demon summoner.
Okay. All right, you're right. Yeah, probably. But I mean, I like to imagine that what Twinkle does mostly when she's bored is just kind of walk around and listen to people, and like she definitely tries to do the whole thing of look like you belong and see what sort of places you can get into.
Yep.
How many weddings can I crash this year, kind of thing.
Right?
They've had so many free tea cakes, the guys.
So-
You have no idea.
So many.
So Beach is particularly asking because and she like says this, like she's just like, you know, if we know who any of these people are, we could just send a specialized message directly to Malera Clev and pin it with a letter opener.
Ooh.
I like the way you think.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Grace's investigations will turn up something.
An affair or two affairs.
Maybe three.
What if it's a
Two affairs.
trifecta of affairs? Though it's a Venn diagram of affairs. Yeah.
I feel like most affairs are a Venn diagram.
No, but I mean like there's the affair here, and then there's the affair here,
Oh,
and
they
then there's
both affairs.
intersecting affairs
see.
in the middle.
In the middle,
It's just a
okay.
web of affairs.
In
That's a
in the
It's in the middle.
That's just like human relationships.
Yes. We're gonna draw
A
her
relationship.
polycule.
Good job. Sparkle,
A
you invested in human
dodecahedron
relationships.
affairs.
A dodecahedron of affairs. All right.
All right.
So, what is our mission going to be? We spent an hour tonight, and we need a mission.
I think our mission is going to be, can we sort of decide what she comes up with if we decide the sort of thing that we want to go for? Or you have a thing?
So, no. If you
Also,
wanna...
do we hear back from Spit? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
How'd the date go, Spit?
Terrible. Hi, Double Jack.
Hi.
I like to imagine.
Spit.
It's so good.
Take your hat. Get that hat off your head, Twinkle.
No!
It's not your hat.
I just want to say though, Bij like tilting
Like,
up the hat, being like, "That's a thought."
dusting
That
it
is like
off
the
and-
cutest image in my head tonight. I just want you to know that. Like,
All right. So, yeah. So, what does Spit convey anything other than the tape was terrible?
We are not dating. I don't know what you've heard. We're not dating. It's not a thing. He's not my date.
Oh.
He's our liaison. Between our
cover
crew
story.
I heard that Dirk
Right.
kisses like an ink-soaked eel.
and wouldn't know.
Yes.
And now I don't think I could ever forget that mental image.
I'm just sitting over here like, funny about that.
Go on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry the date was
Your
terrible.
fault.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't do anything.
And she tells him about the information that Dirk gave her about the route and the weapons, and Dirk thinks this could be a good way to undermine them and get some extra coin. Keep whatever it is that we find.
I'm sort of curious about where the weapons are coming from.
I guess I could find out, but we could also just, intercept the shipment and see
Yeah,
who's
you
sending
just-
it.
You just look at the sender line. Duh, that's what we do. Yeah. But can you imagine? I just a little OOC moment. I just want you to imagine going up to your fucking mailman and asking them to take out a weapon shipment. That's the equivalent of what has happened here.
I am just. The look on Monica's face was so good.
I hope someone screen caps it later.
It will be on YouTube. I'm gonna do it.
All right.
But so in character though, Twinkle is gonna be like, yeah, but if we go for the shipment, then what we're gonna be paying for this information is gonna be basically worthless to us because they're gonna know we're coming at that point. There's not a way that we can really hide that unless we get super creative and possibly 90% lucky. And we've essentially already paid with the rain check. I just yep.
Well, what if Devil Jack, you're popular. I'd like to propose maybe a social plan in which you actually know the frequent transport from maybe past fights or skirmishes or something
Okay.
back
Yeah.
before we were more embroiled.
Sure.
Is that possible?
I mean, I'm into it. I'll yes and this plan if it's cool with the GM.
I mean, yes.
Okay, sorry. All right.
What if-
Okay, I know this person. Go on.
Since we don't have actual like open beef with the Red Sashes yet, is it possible that we could like tag along with them on the way to
okay.
picking up their stuff?
Just,
All right. Well,
just do them dirty.
Yeah.
I like doing him dirty.
I like that. Sounds like a perfect.
She like looks at Deviljack.
Oh my god.
Deviljack is not looking at you when you're like, I like doing it dirty, and Deviljack is like, ah, my hat. I've hung it back up.
Yeah, Bisha's just like, Deviljack, before we were, before this war had been reaching its fever pitch that it is now, did you have any connections to any of the Red Sashes?
Yeah. I know one of their shipment leaders we scrapped a few times. I wouldn't exactly call us friends, but not enemies either.
Mutual respect.
That's a way of putting it.
Now over Spitzhead, an affair?
Two affairs.
Okay. Would you like information from Grace to help you decide what you're going to do here?
Sure.
Okay.
She works fast.
She does. I mean, you guys have time to
It probably,
spare.
it's like,
Yeah.
she just has a filing cabinet on this already, to be quite honest. And it was just, it's more of a matter of
Well, I mean, I'm gonna assume that there's some time passage just because unless you, like, it's essentially you're gonna wait for her to give you back some information, or you're gonna go act on something instead. So,
and we probably got time until the shipment anyways, so.
well, yeah, I
They
mean that
wanted to
route
give
is
us time to prepare.
so the route is like it's not a single shipment. It is a route that is used often. So
Okay.
you
Yeah,
could
okay.
hit that route at any time, kind of thing.
Got
The because they're like drug dealers, and they're like on the surface business is a sword school. The route is kind of like understood that this is how they distribute their drugs. Right? I know their route. I know how they're getting drugs to their drug dens, and
Okay.
right. So
Okay.
this would be a huge blow to them if you take that out, that kind of thing. And so you could do that at any time. So if you want to go do that, you can. But if you want to wait for Grace's information and then decide, you could also do that. So that's why I'm
We
asking.
already paid for the information. We might as well get it. And let's not go blowing anything up before,
Okay. So Grace sends a letter through one of your like
Goats.
lackeys. No, you've got like
Dirk.
one. Yeah,
Dirk.
you've got like one or two.
Now that I know he doesn't like me, it's like, oh great, I'm totally cool
Yeah,
with this guy.
you've got like one or two crew apprentices who aren't even good enough to be a cohort, who are part of your crew who do things for you, like deliver letters, like legitimately deliver letters, and drop calling cards and pick up letters for you. So Grace sends a letter, and it's essentially got bulleted information, and this is the bulleted information. Mylera has been recruiting skilled swords people left and right. So her crew has increased in muscle. She's getting money from the children of nobles. Many of her members are essentially sons and daughters of Veruvian nobility, and they're bankrolling that process. They make their own drugs. They have several skilled alchemists who create their drugs in a lab. She was able to get the information on where that lab is. It's in Crowsfoot.
So I guess they really wouldn't want us blowing that up, huh?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think maybe a raid on the meth lab might be our best bet.
It'd be a shame if we seized that turf.
The other the other thing is that Mylera gets a lot of her supplies from the Path of Echoes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So my vote is we go to the meth lab and either ransack it when nobody's there, and leave like a calling card, or we beat up the alchemists. That's targeting the drug center is my vote, and it would be like Ray said, it would be a shame if someone claimed that turf.
It would be terrible. Man, it's way too bad we don't have our leech here. Because I'm leaning into like trying to smuggle contaminants in, basically, in a way that makes it break bad and gasses everybody out. And
we could also put that on hold until we have Spider with us. And we could go back to Bija's plan of like doing them dirty on a job, which I don't know what our other turf our options are currently for crew gain, like for mission gain. Like there's turf. I know there's a bunch of things. There's a little cool
2 turfs,
flowchart thingy,
a luxury fence,
okay,
and a fleet. We could try to grab other ones, but those are the ones that are adjacent to where we are now.
You need to do the ones that are adjacent. I mean, you can
try to do adjacent.
Yeah, you're gonna do the adjacent. So yeah, 2 turfs, a luxury fence, and a fleet.
What's the fleet?
The fleet is that your cohorts have their own vehicles, but right now you don't have cohorts.
Right. Okay. So that's
all these cars and no one to drive them.
Yeah. Well, I got a fleet.
I mean, that's a
no
good way
pilots.
It's a good way to gain cohorts. Like, you guys want your own goat?
So, what if we did this? We join up with them for a job and we do them dirty, and that would end in turf gain.
Okay.
Is that
yeah.
Could we do something like that?
Yeah. So you're gonna take turf. So you're gonna essentially do a mission to get new turf, and that new turf is gonna be essentially doing a mission dirty with the red sashes to steal turf from them.
Yeah.
Would the turf in this case be like an abstraction of whoever it was they were doing this job for? Those people were so pissed that they did such a shitty job that now they come to us. Is that?
We could.
I'm trying to figure out what the.
Yeah, I mean, it could.
I'm jumping ahead.
No. Because one of the things that you need to think about is what are you doing, right? To make that happen, and so. The questions that you ask, like, okay, how are you going to do it? What are you doing? That needs to make sense. So, I like the idea of you're going to do a mission with them. So what kind of mission would you try to get on with them? I'm assuming like a delivery kind of mission, since you're known as smugglers.
Sounds like a transport.
Yes, it sounds like a transport mission. So then the detail for a transport mission is going to be the route and the means of transport. So that leads to Ray's question of where are we taking the territory from? Essentially, who? So this is territory that we're taking from the Red Sashes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think that if you're taking a... let me think for a second. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how you would take turf in this situation. I think that this is going to be something where you do them dirty, and then whoever it was you were delivering drugs to, is like, oh man, the Red Sashes suck so much. We're going to start asking the post to do these deliveries instead of the Red Sashes because they're shit at smuggling.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's almost like a bad transport. Like you need the transport to go bad. If you do it successfully, you have nothing.
Can we possibly dress up as Red Sashes?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the Red Sashes will know we're not Red Sashes, but people looking at us or a third party person involved
I think
might not be able to tell the difference.
I think that works. So the route and the means. So I think the route is going to be a Red Sash delivery. And the means is going to be essentially the doing the dirty on the red sashes.
Is this actually a deception, or is it?
It's hard, like I think it could go either way. Honestly.
Well,
so it's up to you. I don't think that really changes very much since we kind of know what the scenario wants to be.
cool.
The only thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is make a roll to essentially gather information to get on this job with the red sashes. Like to find out. And probably my guess is that your whole like the whole, oh yeah, we'll help you smuggle, we've got like a cutter and a hound and we're good bodyguards, and we're good at smuggling kind of thing, right? But yeah, I would suggest doing at least a little bit of information gathering so that you can kind of solidify what we're doing here.
Yeah. So I'm totally happy to do that if
Cool.
y'all are cool with it.
Yeah,
Especially
go for it.
since I'm a Ruvian. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I don't know if you Twinkle is also, well, Twinkle is like I think Beach has a good handle on talking to people.
I love how, yeah, right? I can talk to people. It's just that I choose not to talk to these people.
Right.
Yeah. Come on, it's my job as a lurk. I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
I don't gotta work around you guys. I thought we were family.
Okay. So
yeah, I would totally love to consort in order to do this.
okay.
Like I'm just straight up like, hey, the post is actually looking for work. And it sounds like you, my friends, could use an assist in transporting some armaments in your current time of need. And I kind of like wave down an alley or something where there's clearly like a skirmish happening. My friends and I have some decent muscle, and well, I myself am rather experienced for keeping the dead away.
Okay.
Though it may not look like it. If you provide us the sashes, then we will tie them for you.
Okay. So go ahead and do your
Consort.
yes.
Position's risky.
Yes.
Cool. I am gonna push myself if that's cool.
I think that is cool.
Yeah. Cool. So let's see.
hoping I'm hoping they don't have a problem with me being there, given the rumor flying around.
We'll put a mustache on you. It'll be, completely different person.
What?
I mean, if you want to be there while I'm trying to like make that connect, then that's okay. I was gonna just refer to you in the abstract as like.
I meant more that they'd be like, oh yeah, the post, yeah. As long as you don't bring that one. As long as you don't bring the one who's like.
Oh, we
dating
definitely
with
won't bring that
Lamplax.
one at all. We'll put a mustache on you, and then we'll tell the difference.
Ooh, actually, can I also take a devil's bargain on this?
You can either push yourself or take a devil's bargain. Yeah, it's either
It's
or.
not.
Yeah, it's not really both. If you want to take a devil's bargain and not take the stress, you can do that.
You feeling lucky?
It's good to hit that stress hard right now, but so the devil's bargain that I had in mind was right now I'm the trusted face. If things go badly here, I'm the one that they'll
The
seek
blame.
out first.
The
And even if
Sashes
things
will
go
blame.
well, like I'm the one that they'll start consistently or seem to go well or seem to be controlled. Like no matter what, I'll be the one that's getting asked those questions or hounded.
I will say that we'll start a clock. If for this devil's bargain, we'll set a clock, and the clock will be when the red sashes decide they need to take you out. How do you feel about that?
Ooh, I'm gonna totally take that.
All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go.
Can
Bad.
we be privy to how many sections are on this clock?
Yes, it has 6 sections.
Shit.
Could be
Okay.
worse.
I mean, yeah, it could be
Standard
2.
effect. 1 bonus die.
Okay.
How did we do?
You did decently.
Cool.
The
It's a
standard,
5.
the expected result. So 4. You don't add those together.
Oh, I was looking at the previous roll.
Okay.
Sorry. There was,
Right, there was
I'm
another
gonna-
consort roll there. Yes, I agree.
yeah. I
Yes.
just saw the 1 and 4.
Monica.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm gonna screw that up too. It's
Oh.
been a minute since I played Blades.
That's fine.
I've never played it before.
That's fine.
We
You
played 2 weeks
it-
ago.
You played it 2 weeks ago. Yeah, you have.
I keep forgetting.
2
Get
weeks
your head
ago
in the
is
game,
now.
Twinkle.
Time is an abstract concept.
Oh, I need a Red Bull.
Excellent. So, they're like, yeah, we could use some help. We're not sure if we trust you 100%. So we're not going to give you sashes. We don't want anybody getting confused. But you can help us.
All right.
I'm to steal some
Sure.
sashes.
Then we'll help you.
All right. We got a delivery down to the drug den on Pink. Damn it.
Pink Praxis.
Yeah. Praxis Street. I like it. I have this map that gives me like. No, not this one. Oh man, it's the GM sheet. I don't want to look at the GM sheet, but I'm gonna. I thought this had some street names on it. No, it doesn't. It's just, it's got some locations.
Praxis Street it is.
All right, Praxis Street.
Yeah.
It's called. Yeah. I don't want to mess myself up. So yeah, there's a drug den on Praxis Street that is needing a shipment, and we need to make a delivery, but the red sashes or the lamp blacks have been essentially stonewalling that location. We haven't been able to make deliveries because they keep attacking us anytime we try to go in. So we're going to expect you to help us protect the delivery and smuggle it past them without them knowing that that's what we're doing.
We can do that. Easy peasy.
Cool. I'm gonna go with normal load as I like, shrug on like a few like holsters, like tie back my hair, put in my comb, spirit mask and stuff, and I just nod at them. I'm like, all right then.
All right. Cool.
And then I let y'all know about our plans, and I'm like, sorry, they wouldn't provide us with sashes.
I don't know how this.
No, but this is good because you have your contact. And I'm gonna point at Spitman like you have your dude. You have your dirt. Just give them the heads up and tell them to play along a little bit.
Play along with us doing.
Yeah, to beat out the lamp blacks. We beat them, get in, and it's. You just
But do
play
we
the
want to
game.
beat them? Like, our whole point here is to make this
No,
job
we
go
tell them
so
ahead
terribly
of-
bad.
We'll have to figure that
I
out
know,
on
but
the
we
job.
tell them that so that they can come back and whatever. I read it in a book.
Is it a specific red sash, or can we just wear a red something somewhere?
I mean, you could try to wear a red something somewhere, and people who aren't in the know of the crew may just assume you're one of them.
Or
I
like,
mean, in all of my wedding crashing, would I know what the typical attire would be?
For red sashes?
For red sashes,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, I mean, sure, you wear the red sash if you're a nooblet.
I mean,
But
they wear them.
I know. I no, but
I'm just
I've seen
saying
all
that
kinds of red
I feel like
apparels.
if we show up to this job dressed as red sashes when they already told us, hey, you're not with us, I feel like that's going to piss them off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
So we don't do that.
Okay.
We just figure it out on the job.
All right. We'll
We've
play to see
already
what
taken
happens. All right.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
and the
We just got to sneakily sabotage it.
right. So the question here, and this is where I want to be very specific, so that we're all on the same page, I guess, is you want to make this thing go bad. You want
Yes.
it to look like the red sashes are bumbling idiots and can't deliver drugs to their own drug den, so that the people who need those drugs will come to you to move things around from now on.
So-
We basically want to sabotage their delivery, but make it look like we like.
Well, what I'm
did
saying
and
is,
saved it like
we
big damn
sabotage.
criminal heroes.
We
Like
sabotage.
make them look bad,
them.
make us look good.
Yeah, we sabotage them, but we get the job done. They all fell out of the race, but we finished. And we would have done it on time, or we would have done it way better if it weren't for the red sashes that we had to drag along after us. They were dead weight on this delivery. It was all us who did it.
So what if we float a question that's like, hey, have you tried that? Have you tried those? You always try your product first.
Jesus Christ. We gotta spike it a little bit, because half of them are probably gonna be like, tolerant to this sort of shit. How
Whatever's left, we get the rest of the way there after
I feel like, and I'm trying not to plan too much for this, but I feel like some of us should be actually with them, and some of us should be working like in the shadows to try to sabotage shit.
All
like,
right.
along the way.
I'll
You know
go
what I
with
mean?
them.
Okay.
I'm obvious and muscle in case something goes wrong, so I'll go with them.
Cool.
Also, like, if someone is sneaking around in the shadows, they're going to be like, was it the 6.5 foot tall devil-looking man?
Yes, right.
True.
And I'll go with, because I've already made contact.
Right.
I guess it's you and me, Glitter.
Dream team.
It is the lurk's job to be the sneaky one.
Yeah, the lurk's all about that whole, I'm down
I'm-
with sneaking around, because if
you know-
shit goes south and you all die,
I'm long distance support basically, so
Right. So I just want to know when we talk about what's going to go bad, what the plan is. I just want to know what your goal is of if this is something that they do often or whatever. How would you envision convincing someone that they should just stop getting drugs from the red sashes? Like, this drug den is their own drug dealers. Yes, they are working with the red sashes, but they're not like owned by the red sashes, right? So
Have the red sashes failed a few other missions in the past?
I mean, because the lampblacks made them.
Okay.
All right. Well, clearly their grip is slipping. They're losing turf. They're in an
They're
untenable
in a stupid
position.
war right
Yeah, they're
now.
caught up in a stupid war. Why do you
Yeah.
How
want
would you like to have an
And
uninvolved
doing
party?
business?
exactly. It's not like
Yeah.
you're choosing the lampblacks over them. You're choosing a third party
Uh,
now.
Who has a
Sorry.
reputation
Yeah.
for being damn good at this? Yay, old Amazon Prime, motherfuckers.
Minus
The
Jeff.
post. Okay. So we're going to do an engagement roll so that we can figure out how this thing is going. So you're going to get 1 die for your luck. I think that your plan's detail exposes a vulnerability in the red sashes. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to take their turf. So that's going to add a die. I think that you have a friend or contact to provide aid or insight for this operation if you utilize Dirk. If you don't,
Okay.
All right.
you don't have to. But if you want to utilize Dirk, I think you can.
I mean, I'm on board.
And that will give you.
He's
an
not my
extra
friend,
die.
but I'm on board.
I'm also thinking that the more dice we have, the less likely we are to start desperate, which gains us experience.
I mean, things could go desperate pretty quick.
Yeah.
I've heard
Don't wind
that
up
you want-
desperate. Don't worry.
All right, yeah, we'll talk to Dirk.
Okay. So somebody needs to roll engagement. I don't care
So
who
that's
does it.
3 dice.
Do you
Who's
want me
gonna
to do it?
Yeah, you do it.
You want me to do it?
You haven't
All
rolled
right.
yet.
How many
Yeah.
dice is that? 3?
3.
Go.
It's exclamation point roll, right? 3d6.
No. Go to your character sheet.
Oh, go to my character sheet. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then go to the faction.
the faction.
There's a fortune roll on the character.
Yeah,
Fortune's
it's a
one
fortune
die,
roll, but
though.
there's an engagement.
2 dice, rather.
There's a roll engagement.
Oh.
Okay. Where is it?
So if you go to character sheet,
Okay.
and then you open the character sheet and it says like
Uh-huh.
crew view versus character
Oh,
view.
character mode, crew mode. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So when you're in crew mode, there's
Roll
a-
engagement. There it is.
roll
I've
enga-
got
Yeah.
it. Submit. Ah.
Okay.
5.
So you're going to start in a risky situation.
All right.
And so this is what's going on. The red sashes have, like they set up this smuggle. Okay. So their route in their smuggle is they're delivering food to a poorhouse. And the drugs are like lined in a cart under the food. And the poorhouse is very close to the drug den. So they're going to make a stop by the drug den first, drop off the drugs, and then finish onto the poorhouse. That's the...
Okay.
So,
All right.
so as you're walking along, of all things, you get stopped by the bluecoats.
You two get stopped by the blue coat.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I'm watching them get stalked by the blue coats,
Right.
and I'm like, oh boy.
I'm like posted up somewhere with like this huge scope and just watching.
just
like,
comically
fuck.
large.
How many?
There are two bluecoats who want to investigate. Why are you bringing all of these, essentially like all of this food somewhere? Where are you going with this? What is going on?
So,
Does I am not a very good talker, despite
Despite being devilishly handsome.
right, despite being extremely good looking, and Monica is good at role playing a good talker. My character sheet says otherwise.
Right.
I'm the one over here with 2 in consort. But
I'm actually, so I look to, how many red sashes are we traveling with?
3.
Okay, so I look
Guys,
to the,
we want this to go bad.
yeah,
You want it
so,
to go bad with
but we
For
want it to be the
us.
red sashes who make it go bad.
so yeah, I look to them.
Mhm.
I look to my contact maybe,
Yeah,
or
Yeah.
yeah, and just wait for them to like speak.
Right.
And
So the red sashes have like this canned response, right? Oh, we're bringing it to the poorhouse. So they're so poor, they need food. Everyone in this city deserves a right to eat. There's no crime in transporting food. Lots of, very like snotty sounding stuff. Like these kids have been, I mean, some of them are like at least one of them is a noble, like a child of a noble. And so the answer is very like, where, don't you have better things to be doing, officer, than harassing children or young privileged adults bringing food to the lesser in this
To the
poor
lesser,
in
Jesus.
this poor district.
I'm like leaning up a wall listening to this, like, oh my Jesus, goddamn Christ.
And the blue coats are not unimpressed, but they're just kind of like, yeah, that's great. I'm gonna search your cart now.
so
Can I cause? No, never mind, because that's not going to help us. That's just going to be general help.
All right. I heard Jabari say something there. So
How were the drugs actually supposed to be delineated in the cart? Like, are they under the food?
There's a false bottom. So it's like a cart has a false bottom, and they are under this false bottom. So if the blue coats are not too scrupulous or too thorough, they may miss the fact that there's a false bottom.
How, and would you say that the amount of drugs that we are carrying would fit on one person?
Oh no.
How many people would it take?
More than you have available right now.
Like
boy, that's a lot of
3
drugs.
people?
Yeah. So the cart is like the amount of drugs in this cart is enough to give to a drug den for a week to sell for.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
This is not something you can just shove in your pockets and run away with.
so
I'm thinking, even if the blue coats find it, God, I wish there's some way we could like convince the red sashes to let the blue coats have a cut in exchange for doing nothing about it, because that would definitely make the red sashes look bad.
I mean, you could just step up and offer that negotiation.
I'm lurking. That's what I'm doing. I'm lurking. I'm not part of this.
I mean, I have a
think-
thought, but it's mostly violence related. So
What?
think
The
that,
governor
um,
wants
knock
violence?
one of the red sashes into a blue coat. Start a riot.
I've got a proposal for how for a flashback, perhaps.
Okay.
all right.
So
Okay.
we probably had to look at like how they were preparing the transport.
Sure.
And like during that, like I think like I very enthusiastically was like nodding to the red sashes, like, yeah, that's a good call. And like I look over at Deviljack and I'm like, so I'm thinking that and this is just because we're doing our job. We're just doing our job.
Mhm.
We take as much as we can and hide it on our perfectly concealed selves. To at least say like, hey, and then, you know, let this play out, distance ourselves.
All right.
little
So
bit.
you're saying that we've already flashed back and we've hid some of the drugs on our person already.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
That way we
Cool.
can at least
I'm
make
gonna
a small
bounce off
personal run.
I'm gonna bounce off of that idea whenever you once we resolve whatever's going on with that.
Okay,
'Cause
so
I
So
like that.
how much drug? how much
Between the
load
two
does
of
that
us,
count?
I'm gonna say it's a considerable amount. I mean, it's not a drug den's week's worth of drugs, but it is a considerable amount because you are capable. You are true smugglers of a crew who can conceal things upon your body.
That's
Cool.
true. Smuggler's rigging, 2 items
Right.
carried are perfectly concealed.
Right.
Would it be so if we treat that as 2 of the items of our load each, would that be like a work week's worth of drugs?
Between the two of
Would
you?
it?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you're okay with burning that many slots, like 4
I
slots.
mean, we
between-
have the smuggler's rig as part of our crew thing. It just takes up those slots.
Yeah.
Question for a proposal idea here. I'm not traveling with the group. I'm not part of the quote unquote delivery crew. I'm just kind of tagging along and just appearing and disappearing and just keeping an eye on things. And I'm short and people usually leave me alone.
Mhm.
You know, nobody cares about some rat-faced kid, you know.
Sure.
Agreed. Yeah.
Is this something that's possible, or is this something that's just absolutely ridiculous? Me taking some of the drugs off of Beige and Deviljack as we pass on the street once or twice. Just sort of a sleight of hand, slip it, put it somewhere.
I'm gonna
Save
say
for
this.
later.
If we're already doing a flashback,
Mm.
then why don't we make it go further? And Beige, how about you like, yeah, this is great, this is perfect. And instead of taking some of the drugs, you take most of the drugs and you distribute them to your crew.
Yeah.
Without the red sashes noticing it.
That's
So,
what I would ideally like to do.
Yeah.
right.
This could even be like not even so much a oh, look, the Red Sashes fucked up so bad, so much as like, look at how incompetent they were. We were able to steal their shit. Like,
Yeah.
here you go.
There's an
Like,
idea, yeah.
we get there with like a half-empty wagon, like they didn't even notice. We stole their shit. You should work with us.
Yes.
Also, we want this to go badly, so I know what I'm going to do when we return to the present with these cops
Fair.
coming over to search the
So
wagon.
now each of us has 2 loads worth of drugs perfectly hidden on
Yeah,
our bodies.
So
I'm willing to shoulder that stress.
okay, so that's I'm gonna say that's an elaborate action or requires some special opportunities to have been able to pull all the drugs out of their cart and distribute them to people that they don't even know are there. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna say it's 3 stress for that. And yes.
Cool.
and I'm gonna say that I need you to roll for the action, and this is gonna be. I want to know how you're doing it so that you can roll what you think is gonna be the best for you.
I am totally. So I'm studying them and studying how they even just like watch their stock.
Okay.
And
you're doing study to find like the perfect
opening.
Okay.
Yeah. And like and it's in how they prepare too. Like this is I would have had to still like redistribute this before we all broke off. So yeah. I think I'm gonna go with a study. Is this risky? Is it desperate? I don't know.
You're in a risky situation. I'll say it's risky right now.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Are we assisting?
I mean, I guess you could. Somebody could have assisted on this. Absolutely, it's kind of a team effort.
Sounds like something that Sparkle would have done a lot of help
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Is it I didn't even mean to do it that time.
It's just
No.
Sparkle. Just change the thing.
No,
It's
you're
No, it's
Twinkle.
Twinkle.
You're Twinkle.
Yeah. So
So does Twinkle,
Twinkle,
want to help?
Yeah. I'll
All
help.
right. So spend 1 stress for Twinkle.
1 stress for 1 die.
cool. Standard. So that brings me up to 1 more bonus die, and I'm gonna submit.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
Thank you.
so you guys leave the cart practically empty.
I mean, there's some sawdust in there. We gotta make it weighted down a little bit so that it
I think there's,
doesn't
like-
bounce around and the
You
boat
replace
still
it with
struggle.
like
bricks.
Yeah,
with like
bricks.
rocks. I know. I replace it with those tablets of porn.
right.
No, your family's one porn.
No, it's the factory's one porn.
I'm sorry. No, the factory's one porn.
Now they gotta go borrow from the factory next door, and those guys are a bunch of jerks.
Some weird porn, like the
Yeah,
German
they
porn.
they have perfectly normal porn because they're kink shamers.
So I feel like maybe there's like one small like 1 or 2 packets of trans powder or something
Yeah.
left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
okay, cool.
little.
Yeah.
Very little actual drugs. Okay.
So little, you might not even realize there were drugs if you were searching the cart and found them.
So the Red Sashes get like into a little bit of a back and forth with the Blue Coats about whether or not they're allowed to search the cart. But the Red Sashes are surprisingly playing it cool. Yes, Monica?
So we do want this to go bad.
You do.
Right?
You do.
Yeah, we still kind of want them to get fucked. So Deviljack is leaning on the cart, having changed out of his suit to like an A-line shirt, the men's undershirt, tank top,
Yeah.
suspenders, a pair of like ratty pants, and a newsboy cap, and
beret?
is like chewing on a newsboy cap.
Yeah.
And is chewing on like a piece of hay or something, and then is just like, "Hey, fuckers, come get some."
Cool. The Red Sashes are just like,
From far away through her scope.
It's just coming out of
just
left
sweating.
field.
so
I hear that, and I'm just like, oh Jesus, here we fucking go.
yeah. So Bij,
Well, I want this to go badly.
yeah. So
I know,
your
I know, but, like-
your contact gives you like right, like they're like, we're on a plan. And
What are you doing, Devil Jack?
And I'm
No,
like,
don't.
I don't like these coppers picking on our shipment to the poor.
Can I
Fucking pigs, come at me.
Can I just like bump into a red sash and I'll cause them to bump into a blue coat and
if you want to go ahead and take an action, how would you do that? What let me see what skill I think would be great for you for that.
I mean,
I think
finesse, prowl.
I think either prowl or finesse actually would be good for that.
Yeah, let's do a prowl then, and I definitely. I don't know, just like the dude's probably like trying to move into a better position to maybe intercept Devil Jack and just, oh, whoops, sweep the leg and you bumped into it and it just, yeah. And maybe like the blue coat's just having a bad week and,
All right, well,
hopefully.
let's see how your roll goes.
All right, so I click the button. We're at risky, right?
You're at a risky situation right now and you have standard effect.
FX standard?
Yes.
And no bonus dice?
Not unless you want to push yourself. Or
I will try that. Let's do that. That's 2 stress, right?
2 stress, that's correct.
2 stress. Okay. So just 1 bonus die. Okay, here we go.
Excellent. So you like one guy's like moving towards Devil Jack to kind of like maybe restrain him a little bit, and
can we say this is the upper class dude who has no idea what he's saying, and he's like gonna get in the way and be the face man of it and try to and just he's like
oh, don't listen to our friend, and you walking past and you throw your leg out and he just falls face first into the blue coat, like lands on like just like face plants into the guy and then like falls. And the blue coat is like really like, oh no. And he's like, he steps back because he's like, why is this guy lunging at me? And so he just like face plants. And both the blue coats pull a sword and they're like, none of this funny business. You want to fight? We'll fight.
I assume that their attention is like on the red sash that just tripped into.
Well, that and Devil Jack, who was like goading them.
Mm-hmm.
I know,
who's sticking his hands into his pockets to like pull out whatever he's got in there to fight them with.
Yeah, exactly.
Do any of the red sashes we're with have any pistols or anything?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just wondering.
Yeah. They may not use them because they're mostly sword fighters.
I'm gonna make it look like they used them.
Delicious.
Okay, so the guy who falls down is he's going to try to do this unless somebody stops him. He's going to try to stand up and just be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I don't know what happened, I'm so sorry, please, just search the crate. If you need to, you can search it.
Oh yeah, before he grovels, I'm punching the cop.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sticking my hands in my pockets, and so he's gonna, in the process of getting up, and starts doing his apology.
Right.
So the weapons I pull out are like a pair of punch daggers,
okay,
which I don't really have an option for that, so I'm gonna call that an unusual weapon.
Sure.
All right, and I'm just gonna sock the guy.
Yeah.
Like just the cop with the sword, the person who drew their weapon on a.
Okay.
And I just
both of them,
and it's a right hook above
weapons.
him because I'm punching the guy who backed up and drew his weapon,
right,
because I'm standing over the dude and Devil Jack is really tall, so like just is easy enough for him to just hit him from here.
Like the red sash is like no, and Jack's just like over his head like punching the blue coat.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll.
All right. That's going to be skirmish.
Yes.
As this is going down, I've got my spyglass, I've got my long range rifle. While I can see this happening, Spit is basically like, she's got like her big like camouflage like huge coat basically, and it's just like this scene of this like shapeless coat with this enormous rifle basically of her like running from roof to roof trying to get like a really good position behind the red sashes because they all have pistols.
Yeah. Okay,
she wants to make it look like they're gonna fire.
Okay, that sounds like mostly to get there in time for roof running. Let's do some finesse.
Oh no.
Mhm.
I'm gonna push
All right.
myself.
All right.
Yeah, I'm also gonna push myself. So that's 2 stress, correct?
Yes.
Are we all
Yeah,
just
I mean-
racing for one trauma?
Oh yeah.
I'm curious, like, how is your wreck?
Me?
Yeah.
Not good.
Okay,
Not good.
it's not
So
any better.
Um,
This punch is risky, correct?
Yes. This punch is
All right.
risky.
Standard effect.
Yes.
I'm gonna go for the die instead of increased effect.
Okay.
All right. And then I have 1 bonus die. Submit. Oh, 4.
Excellent. All right. Actually, I'm gonna narrate what happens with Devil Jack, but Ray, I want to hear the results of your finesse.
yeah. Risky position.
Yes.
All right, and standard. I'm using 1 die, pushing myself.
Excellent. Okay. So this is what happens.
Oh,
Fuck.
Wow, we wanted it to go bad, but not that
Okay.
kind of bad.
So the situation is about to become desperate.
as it
see,
does.
Ray, you knew.
So this is what happens. Devil Jack goes to punch the blue coat. He swings in,
no.
he connects, but the guy that he's swinging over, like, essentially sees this happening over his head, and he, like, pushes his elbow into Devil Jack's, like, groin.
Oh.
Because he's like, stop! So
Oh.
Devil
I don't
Jack's
know if
gonna
I should make a. I don't know if I should make a big dick joke or a little dick joke.
Was it just a painful dick joke?
It's just a pain.
It's just it doesn't matter. It's just pain in the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a groin. Like, nobody wants to be punched in the groin.
No, nobody
literally
wants to be punched.
no one.
No one.
And you just got an elbow to the groin. So you're gonna take a level 1 injury,
Okay.
unless you want to try to resist it.
Yeah, I'll take the resistance roll. I'll attempt a resistance roll, and that's my lowest attribute, right?
It's gonna be, well, it's not necessarily your lowest. It's the one that makes the most sense.
Oh, okay.
So I think your Hootie, what's it?
Probably a prowess.
I'd say either prowess or resolve.
My resolve is better, so I'm gonna go with resolve. I resolve to power through
Right.
being hit in the balls.
Yes,
Uh,
essentially.
All right, so it's the result minus the amount of damage I would have taken, right?
So essentially, when you do the resistance, you
Mhm.
you downgrade by 1,
Right.
and you take a number of stress. It's 6 minus whatever you roll.
6 minus whatever you roll. Okay,
Right.
okay. No bonus dice. Go. Oh,
Okay.
-4. So I'll take 2 stress.
Yep.
All right, I'm good with that.
That's good.
I'm good with that. Yeah, that's good.
Everyone would resist the groin shot. Yes, gold.
Yeah.
Let's affect forever.
Forever. Just bruised ego for the rest of your life.
Yes. I also understand being tall enough that like your crotch is at elbow level if someone is rising. Like,
Right.
It's
It's a
When you're-
flashback
all
that Devil
times.
Jack just wears a cup at all times.
When you're 4 Imperia
Called a
tall,
codpiece.
your groin is always in danger.
Yes.
is always in danger.
It's an elaborate codpiece, is what it is.
All right, when it's at elbow height, whatever. Anyway, so
Yeah.
all right, so
Okay.
so that happens, and as this red sash is elbowing Devil Jack in the groin, spit comes falling off of a building into the middle of the cart, which shatters and explodes. Food everywhere.
Are you alive?
Spit will take a level 1 injury unless she resists it.
I'm gonna resist it. All right. How do I? You want me to roll prowess or resolve for that?
I'm gonna say prowess. So you just fell from a great height.
Yeah.
more of an injury to your ego
Well,
because
But I
Twinkle saw
Ooh.
this.
Not
okay.
fun.
Front
So you're
row
gonna take
seat.
4 stress.
Oh,
Oh,
I have
just-
a trauma.
Ah,
Oh fuck!
Oh.
You just stressed
oh,
out.
fear of heights, fear of heights.
I am going to choose reckless.
I like.
Okay.
Legit.
I like that.
legit.
I like that. Golden has a capital T technique to resist groin shots.
I actually have a technique.
Yes, I love it. Okay. So the red sashes are understandably like disconcerted. The blue coats are just at this point like swinging on everybody because like somebody just punched somebody. You absolutely like cut him across the face with your punch. The red sashes are just like shit. What the fuck is happening? And so they're also ready to fight.
I have been priming to peel the fuck out.
Okay.
I am
Yeah, I
prowling,
see this fight
and-
about to happen, and I'm like,
Me too.
I'm
and I'm gonna
Spit
try
on
to.
the
All
other-
in and just
I'm gonna try to drag Spit along with me.
thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
So
I'm fucking mortified.
I would like to prowl away from the whole skirmish
Roll away.
desperately.
Okay. So let's see how that prowl goes.
Cool.
And you're taking Spit with you, so I'm gonna say that you have lesser effect because you're trying to drag someone with you.
I'm actually still soul shook. Also,
Oh, you are.
fucking. And I feel like this is like applies. Like I actually start feeling myself quiver.
Yeah.
I think that like I start feeling like resonance from the ghost field like just bleed into
The
like,
situation.
my everyday. Yeah, like with each step, like it feels like I'm just wading a little bit more into like cold depths, and I'm like, this is not good.
All right.
So
So you're gonna grab Spit, and you're gonna come with me, and you're gonna try to slip away.
yeah.
All right. And is I'm assuming Spit wants this to happen.
Yes.
Okay.
I would totally push myself if I had stress to burn, but I don't. Could I take as a devil's bargain? Could my contact with the red sashes like see the route and like be like, oh, it's a good idea and follow us?
Or how about as the devil's bargain, we tick your clock up on the red sashes being pissed at you.
I'm fine with that too.
All right.
Yeah, like this doesn't look good.
All right.
That's a 5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you so go ahead and mark XP and prowl,
Done.
or in, I guess it's prowess, and then you but you're at lesser effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you grab Spit and you start moving
Excuse me.
out of the fracas, and they like the red sash, your contact like makes eye contact with you as you're like bye, and they're just like
I go from like bye to grinning through my teeth.
yeah, you're like "Ew."
Dragging Spit behind you, and she's like, "See ya."
There's like drugs falling out of Spit's pocket.
No. No. I fuck up that bad. I got a 1.
You
I fucked up pretty
did.
bad.
I'm like, leave him in the cart. Leave him in the fuck.
Right. All right. What is Twinkle doing? Twinkle is right
Twinkle
now
is just a
outside of
citizen
this
that has
situation.
been.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just a citizen that's got caught up in this, and there's a fight going on here, and I don't want to be in the middle of a fight.
No, you
No,
don't.
I want to get out of this. I just want to be like, oh no, there's fighting, and just put on run. That's
Okay,
what I'm putting on. I'm putting on my running shoes. I wanna give a quick look at Deviljack. Like, are you cool? I'm not a fighter, dude. I can't help you, but like, just the quickest of glances to try to figure out if because we've got Beige and Spit running away, and I don't know how good of a fighters these red sashes are. There are only 2 blue coats. They'll probably be fine unless any of the whistles come out, but
So, how does Deviljack respond to, like, Twinkle makes eye contact? Are you okay?
I've been hitting the balls, but yes,
you
I'm
powered
okay.
through that. You're fine.
Yeah, I did. I'm fine. I give you the like keep going up nod.
Okay.
Because at this point I've started this fight, and it would look weird if I ran away from it.
It would.
Okay. Yeah. So
We've
then-
probably established somewhere that we meet up.
Yeah. I would imagine. So.
Yeah,
I'd
absolutely.
assume.
That we kind of do that
I
with
mean,
every
you're
job we do.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
expecting to make this job go bad, so
Mhm.
there's got to be like a
It went
rendezvous point.
Right. So since did dude get all the way up? Who hit me?
Yeah.
Okay. He's still like trying to beg the officer down.
No, not at this point.
Okay.
I mean, he is a little bit, but I mean, it's not working. Essentially, he's trying.
Cool.
He's like, oh no, I don't know what's going on. But then, like, Spit smashed into the cart, and everything went everywhere. And there's like drugs now on the ground.
Right. So
and
there's confusion, like mass confusion.
mass
Right?
confusion. Absolutely. Dogs and cats living together. Yeah.
Just bedlam.
Yes.
So I'm going to push past the just knock him out of the way, and like the blue coat has get behind the blue coat, who I'm certain had turned towards the cart when Spit fell into it, and just loop my arm around his neck and knock him out, or try to.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Let's see how that goes.
All right. I'm not going to get trauma in the first session I play in, so this is just going to be a
This is
regular
their second
skirmish roll.
session, okay?
I know.
Experience.
I've been playing another Blades game for the better part of a year and a half,
I don't
and
think that's
nobody
free.
has gotten any trauma, and yet, all right, risky, standard. Nope. Right, we're still standard, or is it desperate?
Oh, you're desperate.
Okay.
This
all
is
right,
a desperate
cancel.
situation.
All right, cool. I'm gonna get some XP.
Yes.
Desperate. Submit. Standard effect is standard or limited?
I'm gonna say that you still have standard effect right now.
All right, cool. No bonus dice. Let's do this. There's that 6.
Even with a dice roller, man.
That's that 6.
In case people don't know, Monica has a reputation of rolling 6s
While playing Blades in the
while
Dark.
playing Blades in the
One
Dark
and a
specifically.
2.
Aren't most of us trauma adverse, Golden?
Yeah, I think, except for Spit. Or Ray, really. I'm sure Spit
Ray,
is
really.
also trauma adverse. I get really close to the camera. All right. So, okay. So you like put this guy in a chokehold, and you're like on the verge of snapping his neck, and you're like, oh nope, not that much.
I'm not killing him. Not today. He's
yeah.
just getting knocked out.
Yeah. And then he slumps underneath you.
Yep. I'm just gonna drop him.
You just drop him.
Yep.
And the red sashes are like impressed.
Nice.
They take a step
they-
away from you. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna fight that guy.
Yeah. What does the other blue coat do? Because I'm turning towards him slowly.
He notices that his friend is on the ground and he's reaching for his whistle.
Oh shit! The whistle.
I'm
Ooh,
being
shove that
dragged
shit in
away.
his mouth.
I'm being dragged away. I still have my gun. I'm gonna shoot that whistle out of his hand.
All right. So Beige is dragging Spit, but Spit's like, oh no, not a whistle.
It's like a job for rolling a 1 or a 2.
So it sounds like you're trying to shoot it out of his hand. So we're still in a desperate situation.
Okay.
And this, because Beige is dragging you, you're gonna have a limited effect on this.
Okay. I'm going to argue that this could be a hunt roll because
Yes.
I'm using my long rifle and making an extremely called shot.
Absolutely.
Guy's gonna lose some fingers.
This is a fine long rifle, which is normally increased effect, right? So then this
yes.
kind of
so that
just
it'll
cancels
increase
it
it
out.
from that'll increase it from limited back to standard.
okay. Let me see here.
Suffer puppets.
I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
Just gonna go with this. It's a desperate situation.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Nice.
I
Okay.
didn't fail, and I get experience. All right.
Yes. All right.
The
so,
guy no longer has lips.
Yeah. So you shoot him.
I shoot his hand. I shoot the whistle out of his hand. Is what I said I do.
Shoot the whistle out of his hand.
It looks cool. I'm
It
like
looks
getting
cool.
dragged, and I see like Devil Jack,
Yes.
and I'm like,
So you pull up your
Fan myself
rifle,
and-
your giant
and I go
fucking hunting rifle, and you pin shot whistle out of his hand and half of his face.
Oh, damn.
Beach definitely like jumps, like you feel
Yeah.
like her grip
The-
like tighten under you. Like
Well,
must
so-
go faster.
Well, so the kickback on that rifle like almost knocks Beige
Yeah.
over.
Probably
Uh,
dislocates my shoulder a bit.
Yeah.
Man,
I wasn't in
like,
position.
oh,
what's the hilarious thing is the sound of that rifle is probably louder than the whistle.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a whistle. It wasn't a
Gold
blue
just said
coat
that
whistle.
too.
But like,
Calling
oh, the
for more
blue
blue
coat around the
coats.
corner is gonna be like, oh, that was just a gunshot. We don't have to go there.
it's
Yeah,
Crowsfoot.
they're the blue coats. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So Devil Jack, like blood splashes across his face, like the big rifle crack, and you see him like eyes go wide, looking between the guy who like got wrecked, and then like back at you as he puts the knife he was gonna throw at the whistle away.
She lowers the rifle and she's like,
So that blue coat is not dead. He is screaming bloody fucking murder. Cuz his
With good reason.
yes, cuz his he's screaming a whole bunch.
Oh my god.
What is Twinkle, you're still running?
Rifle goes off and definitely gonna get a stutter in my run, and those things are loud, really goddamn loud. People, anyone who is near them, honestly, like you're probably gonna be deaf for the next minute. But I'm gonna, God, I hope I'm not in the trajectory of that shot either. Fuck, am I?
No.
Oh, thank God. I'm gonna look back and see. God, yeah. Shit. Yeah,
We
that
need
rifle's
to
gonna be
march.
the
Cat
rifle
really liked
plus the
the whistle
screaming is gonna be just as good as the whistle having gone off. Like,
no, it's
it's
even
the
whistle.
screaming that's really gonna sell it. If anything, they're gonna come looking just to make
Who?
sure.
Who's gonna come looking? Who's
I
gonna
don't
come
know,
looking?
man. I don't know, the man.
His cop whistle didn't go off, so no cops are coming. I solved it.
God.
Corner.
I have dragged you around the corner now, and I'm like, you're walking.
There's no
I'm
whistle.
done
Obviously,
carrying
I've
you.
sold it.
We need to get to our next destination.
Can I find out if there are going to be any cops coming, at least from the direction that I'm running, like looking down the streets I'm passing or whatever, and just desperately trying to make sure that there's nothing that I have to head off.
So the initial commotion caused, like, anytime anything starts going down in the streets of Crowsfoot, civilians like go inside their homes and lock their doors.
Yeah.
And then only if like it sounds like people might be dying will the blue coats come and try to check it out. And now it sounds like there might be somebody dying.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, we got some bloody fucking murder screams happening.
Right.
for you.
Big
So-
baby.
So you're pretty sure that if that goes on for too long, that more blue coats will show up.
God, you're fucking right. Okay.
So I'm gonna dash out as soon as you do. Like, I think honestly, like, I kind of like belatedly drop you, and then I run back over to the cart, grab a few more of the drugs, run back to you, throw them at you, and I'm like, carry those right now.
Yeah, of course.
I look at my contact and I'm like, we should go.
She is, yes, we should.
Yeah.
Should I shoot him again?
Fuck no. We need to go.
That's just gonna be a dead body to deal with. We gotta get Deviljack out of there.
I mean, the fight's done. I'm waving over to Jack. I'm like,
does anybody have a plan for taking care of this screaming man? Because I'm going to knock him out too. And then I'm gonna leave.
crush his windpipe.
Yeah, well, I don't want to. I don't really want to kill him because that builds up heat.
Don't kill him. Don't crush his windpipe.
Don't do that.
Just trip him and
I like
don't
ghosts.
catch him
Okay,
when
sorry.
he
all right.
hits
So for real, there is a way you can grab someone's collar and twist it so that it constricts blood flow and air enough to knock them out, and then you let it go and they pass out.
Yeah,
which is what he is going to do.
Right, it takes some time, but yeah.
Yeah, it does take some time. It takes like a
It
good
would silence him.
30 or so seconds. So he is going to, with one hand inside the coat, twist the collar of his blue coat jacket, tighten it so that and the other hand is over his screaming mouth.
It's very,
so that
very
he's
messy.
Bloody, screaming.
Oh,
mouth.
it's totally messy, but I'm muffling the sound and I'm knocking this
You're
poor
like-
suffering
you
man
put
out.
your hand over his mouth and like your fingers touch teeth.
Ugh,
Ooh.
ugh,
I think
gross.
are there teeth to touch? I think as you're doing that.
Yeah, I mean they're loose, but you touch them.
gross.
I think as you're doing that, like Bee's just like, we're
Uppercuts are
gonna keep moving.
bastards.
You know where to meet us.
Oh yeah. Hey, up nod. Go. Like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Okay, so
yeah.
everybody else is leaving the area. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm leaving, but on my way out, I really want to make sure that there's not going to be anything that Deviljack's going to have to deal with, at least in the direction that I'm going.
Okay, so Beej and Spit are heading off to the rendezvous point. Twinkle, go ahead and give me like just I guess a prowl to stick around but stay hidden.
Okay.
To keep an eye on Deviljack until he's ready to leave.
And we're desperate, standard effect, and no bonus dice.
That is correct.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Right. So while Deviljack is essentially choking this guy out, you do see some blue coats running from the direction that you're facing. And they're pretty close. Like they're gonna get to Deviljack before he's done.
I see. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh
But you are
boy.
successfully not any like nobody suspects that you're with this junk at all.
Yeah, they don't suspect that. And if I got involved in this, they would suspect that. But like, also teammate in trouble.
I'm not there to do something reckless to try to save him.
Man, you're not there to do something reckless. Unfortunately, I think just my character flaw of looking out for myself first and foremost is just gonna have to shine here. And yeah, because I'm not a face either.
Are you gonna leave
Unless
me to
there's
twist
like
the wind?
unless there's like a yard full of dogs I can release next to me or something like that.
Yard dogs.
The calmest
Yard
dogs
full of dogs.
chilled out through the gunshots.
I don't know. Or just
Probably
like
not.
or there's like someone carrying a glass window walking by that they can run into. I'm not sure what there is for me to do.
You could maybe try to distract them and lead them on a chase away from the scene. You could try to distract them by essentially approaching them and trying to have a conversation with them and slowing them down and doing like a consort kind of thing. So one, if you try to like lead them on a chase, I'd have you do like a finesse roll to like, oh, it was me, I murdered that man, oh gosh, or like pull out your gun and be like, I'll shoot you too, blue coat, and then run away or something like that.
Could I try to intercept them possibly before they see Deviljack? or would they have seen them?
I mean, they haven't seen him yet. You have the the opportunity right now
Can
to try to them.
just run out there and be like, guards, please, no, they went that way, and point up at like the roofs or something, and like, you know, they ran off across the roofs or something like that?
Yeah, you can absolutely try to do that. I would say that's like a...
Could consort work?
Consort would probably work.
Okay.
Can I argue for, even though it's not intentional, spit actually helps with that because it looks like someone's been running around on the roofs? Because I was.
Yeah, and some concerned citizen was like, yeah, there was someone hopping around the roofs that also...
I'll pay the stress for that.
Yeah, I would accept either consort or command for that role. Whichever
I'm gonna
one.
do consort.
Okay.
All right, you get an extra die from spit completely unintentionally helping you. Right. She would never help you on purpose.
And 1 bonus die. Okay, here we go.
Okay. So you stop the blue coats. You're like, oh no, officer, I saw it.
I just like run into them, hands up, and I look like a kid. I'm small enough that I look like a kid, so I have this practiced kid voice.
Sure.
Like child in distress. Adults tend to pay attention to this voice.
Okay. So you like give them essentially a story. They look up at the roofs. They see like scuff marks and where like there's some stuff falling off of like a bent like railing or
gutter
piping.
fell off.
Yeah, like a falling gutter
and
from
like,
where spit like fell down off the roof, and they see that and they're like thanks, kid.
And like Mrs. Jensen, who is like the neighborhood gossip, is always paying attention. She didn't see shit all, but she wants to look like she saw something. She's like, yeah, it was a big man running across the roof, just backing up my story.
Right.
For no reason.
Right, yeah. So you're doing this and they're like, cool. They're like, yeah, all right. You're going to come with us and you're going to show us where they went.
Shh, yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. They were really scary. They were really scary.
Don't
looking.
worry, kid. We'll protect you. But I need you to show us where they went.
Okay, sure. They went this, and like I know this city. I've lurked around this place. I'm gonna take them on a wild fucking goose chase.
Excellent.
It is a believable route if you were a villain escaping from something, because it goes down some key back alleys. However, it is a wild fucking goose chase. It's going to a mushroom shack. It's like a crowded street with a mushroom shack somewhere, and no, we must have lost him in the crowd.
I imagine that by the time you get to the mushroom shack, that like halfway as part of like your I'm a kid demeanor and halfway like this is just Twinkle, you're like, oh yeah, man, I'm so glad we made it to this mushroom shack because this is the best one on this part of in this part of town. And they're like, the criminals? And you're like, was I leading you to criminals?
I don't know, I just got scared, and Mom says I should always go to the mushroom shack. There's only 3 of them.
Oh.
So the 1/3 chance she'll go to the right one.
How old is Twinkle? That's a good question.
Twinkle's like, I don't know, man. Do I have to decide that now?
No, you don't have to.
I mean, she's definitely not a kid. She's just short enough and she's practiced enough that she looks like a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I could also imagine that she's like a late teens kind of person.
Yeah, like late teens, early 20s, and just...
Okay. The Mastazaz, Twinkle's age is not old enough to know better.
Not old enough to know. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's fair. All right. Okay, so everybody is gone. Double Jack, you have choked out this guy.
Oh, thank God.
Just to say you do it. He's messy,
all right, cool.
He's bloody.
It's disgusting. Yep.
You leave him. I'm going to assume you're going to leave him in a way that he's not going to choke on his own blood.
Oh, no, absolutely not. This was a mercy.
Yes. All right. The red sashes.
I have a red right hand now, though, so I guess I'll wipe that off on him.
Don't make me sing. Damn it. All right. So I think that Deviljack, you are cleared of this situation. The other thing that I would like to say is that the red sashes are still there, and they're just like, what the fuck? Where are our drugs?
I'm just gonna dip, no explanation. I'm just gonna wipe the blood off my hand on this blue coat. I'm gonna kind of give them a meaningful look like, do not follow me.
Nice.
And just dip. Whoop, I'm out.
All right. Okay, so you guys make it to the rendezvous.
I have mushrooms.
Twinkle's like, hey guys,
I
how'd
did
it
not
go?
pay for these mushrooms, just FYI.
Yeah.
I did not pay for them. I got one of the blue coats.
I imagine that it's like a cup noodle, like you've got chopsticks and there's like noodles and mushrooms, and you're just like eating it, and you're just like, hey dudes, how'd it go?
Hey, how'd it go?
Is this like the first mushroom shack? So it's actually the best
It's
one,
the
and like
good
they have
one.
Yeah.
they have like
The
mushroom
original
bowls
mushroom
that are
shack.
just hollowed out mushroom cap,
Oh,
like
yeah.
mushroom
Oh,
caps.
God, yeah.
I'm gonna roll it on this scene, sweaty, bloody, like
Dirty.
dirty, and I'm like, you got Mushroom Shack?
Where's
Hey, you want
mine?
some? I'm gonna. Do you want some? Because like I'm not that hungry, so you know. Do you want?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, here you go.
It's cleaning out her rifle because it's got like sawdust in it. Starting to think like I probably shouldn't have done that, but I will never admit that she's
So
now realizing that she made a mistake.
so we're at not the rendezvous, right? But we've regrouped, and we
Our
have
rendezvous.
Yeah, so
we have
you're at your personal rendezvous where you agreed that once shit went bad, you were gonna split up and meet here. You're there. You have all of the red sash's drugs.
yeah, and we have a red sash with us.
Oh yes, because your contact followed you.
Yeah. I just look at Deviljack and I'm like,
Just eyeball.
This is this fucking Emperor's New Groove where you're like holding a mushroom and like hitting it with the other mushroom.
Him on the head.
Wait, do you want out of character? Wait, do you want me to knock him out? Them out? Her out?
Her.
Her?
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, I'm like,
Like
can
I
you please-
pass you the mushroom cup, and you're like, oh, thank God, and then you get the eyes, and you just walk over and just fucking punch them without even spilling a drop. Like they don't see it coming because they think you're all relaxed with your mushroom cup.
Or we could like recruit them.
Yeah. I'm more for like, you saw this. You should forget it. Or whatever.
Man, that sounds like a sway.
Yeah, I'm not good at that. So who's good at that?
I have a 1 in sway.
That's better than a 0.
Just one more dice than a 0.
It's one more dice than a 0.
I again, can I say that I unintentionally helped with the fact that I just blew
How
a
are you
blue
spending
coat's
stress?
face off of what?
Didn't you max out and have a trauma?
Yeah, and then it resets.
Oh,
right?
does it reset? I thought
Yeah.
you just had like fucking.
Yeah.
I thought that you
now that I
stressed out
got
on
trauma,
the scene, but
Yeah, I thought you
figured
stressed out at the
rolling.
scene.
I'm so.
I mean, I'm all about not actually stressing out of the scene because I don't particularly like mechanics that force players to quit playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
no.
you take if you fill up on stress, then like you're out of the scene. But I don't like that, so we're not gonna
Yeah.
do that. Like
I
that.
like the
just wrapped
rollover a lot.
around.
Yeah, I would rather it roll over, but I don't. So personally, I'd rather it roll over and just let you continue to just rack up fucking trauma. But because you've got to indulge your vice whenever you have trauma, otherwise, like you have bad things happen.
Yeah, stress starts to build up more. Yeah.
Right. You won't have any stress to like blow off.
I've already I rolled over with that really bad resistance roll. I started this
Oh.
new track with 3 stress already.
Oh, okay.
So I just spent another one helping Twinkle,
Okay.
and now
Man,
I'm
Ray.
spend another one helping
Ray.
Deviljack.
Okay.
This
fine.
is Ray's quest to become unplayable.
When one of you
Racing
becomes
that.
unplayable, we'll know the chronicle's over.
All right. See you next week for the end of Blades in the
My
Dark.
race, it'll be fine. I only
It'll
have
be
one
fine.
trauma.
Okay, I only have one
I
trauma.
only have one trauma. You can get 4.
You can get 4, yes.
You're a fourth of the way there, my dear.
Yeah, what? It's fine. Now I can start indulging my vice. It's fine. I spent some stress to help you out
Right.
because they just watched me blow off a blue coat's face for having a fucking
Okay.
whistle.
That's fine by me because I like keeping players in play, and not stressing people out of the scene. And I'm okay with the rollover as our special streaming house rules. To allow play to continue and allow the stakes to be high. So yeah, if you want to help Twinkle with her sway of this red sash to get to be on your side, we'll do that. What trauma did you pick for
I took
spit?
reckless.
Reckless.
I figured that fits
Excellent.
pretty much how she's been going so far.
Yes.
I think the next one will be cold.
Yeah. So Twinkle, give us your sway.
You get one extra.
You
Can
can also
multiple people help?
no, only one. You can only get one extra die from people helping, but
Gotcha.
But she can also push herself or accept a devil's bargain.
I don't know, man. I don't know. What sort of devil's bargain would this even entail?
Well, you could accept a devil's bargain in that
They want to join our crew afterwards, but they're even more annoying than me.
actually, I think the devil's bargain is that
Immediately take another trauma.
she is going to essentially in this she's gonna I'm trying to think of something good that's enticing but also terrible. We're gonna start a clock for you with this specific red sash, as you try to sway her in that she thinks that you're coming onto her.
What's
coming
happening?
This is too funny not to take. Are you kidding me?
She's a terrible human being, though. I'm gonna warn you now.
Okay, yeah, sure. Is a terrible human being. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I get a stalker. Those are easy
She
to
lives in
deal with,
Doskvol.
right? I say this, having experienced this, and I'm not making
Get
a
a
joke about this.
your own
It's-
yandere.
I get. We've got the fake relationship that's doing great.
Yeah, she's not. This will start a clock, and essentially, she thinks you're coming onto her, and the clock will be when she decides to react to her
Her
feelings.
perceived affections.
Your perceived affections.
My
at
perceived,
her.
yeah,
Right,
what
how
she perceived my affections are.
because she may not be into it, right? She thinks you're
Wait,
coming
do you mean
on.
Twinkle?
Yeah,
Twinkle's not
no.
into it?
So this red sash.
Okay.
Let's call her Sonia.
Sonia.
All right, Red
Sonia
stop.
thinks Twinkle is
Right?
coming on
Yeah.
to her. Sonia thinks this is the devil's bargain. Sonia thinks Twinkle is coming in onto her. She has not yet reacted to that perception. She will start a clock, and then she will have a reaction to that perception. It may not go well for you because she may not be into this perceived hitting on. Does that make sense?
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't want me to hit on her.
Right. She thinks you're hitting on her, and she may not be really into that.
I personally would actually think it'd be way cooler. Cooler. I don't know what other word to use there. If she was just secretly super powerful and all that stuff and was totally going to use her powers to try to win me over in the end. And it's like, really? This little rat? Really?
So instead of being sort of maybe low-key homophobic, she's like willing to move heaven and earth for you in a bad way. Is that
And
what
in
you're
the
saying?
worst
Yeah.
way.
In the worst
yeah,
possible
and-
way.
This
So-
is like Thanos trying to snap the universe
Oh,
to
like-
get on Death's good
Like the
side.
next
Yeah,
time
so-
I
yeah.
call
If
you
I'm
by the wrong
understanding-
name, I
Yeah, so
fucking
she's
get
not being
assassins
like
sent after me.
right. It's not necessarily that it's low-key homophobic. It's more like
It's more like she's not into
Keep
me.
it professional.
All right,
Well,
keep
no,
it all right,
yeah,
that's fair.
it's
Yeah.
well, it's right. She hasn't decided how to react to this yet.
Yeah.
But whatever,
But the
whether
clock
she
guarantees
likes
that it will be bad.
right. I guarantee that her reaction will be bad for you, whether she likes it or not.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but this is gonna be funny, so I want to take it.
Okay. Oh man, where's my sheet filled with clocks?
Does
we
roll
risky?
20
It's only a
not have
clock
a
itself.
clock manager?
It does, but I don't know how to like.
I
probably use
I
it
can
yet.
send you
Look.
there's like this really cool like token code that I found for using clocks.
Okay.
In roll 20.
Okay.
Nice.
That would be good.
Are we risky, controlled, desperate?
You're currently, I guess, we're still in that
It's
scene.
it's what 4v1 in a rendezvous point.
Yeah, we'll say it's controlled.
Okay. So it's just gonna be controlled, standard effect. One bonus die, or would I get 2 because of the Devil's Bargain?
Just one.
I
Just-
helped.
Yeah, because we still have
With
the stress
stress.
here.
Right.
And then
so
the Devil's
spit
Bargain.
helped and the Devil's Bargain, so you get 2.
I get 2. Watch me get 4 ones. Here we go. All right, here we go. Hey!
Okay.
Nicely done.
So you sway Sonia. She says, "Yeah, I didn't see anything."
And it's like kind of how like pass the noodle cup onto Deviljack, and then he's like, you and fuck, I had a thought. I'm so sorry. I had a thought. It was gonna be just like, hey, you didn't see anything, did you?
Don't know what you're talking about.
You're damn right. You're damn right. And wink for effect, because that's what they do in the books.
This is the face she makes. She's like,
Completely unreadable. And it's like, yeah.
Got my
He's
noodles
just
on my
also
face.
making that face.
right, okay.
I am eating this cup of mushroom noodles like it's my last meal.
Okay.
It's delicious, like a $1 McDonald's hamburger when you're hungover.
Oh man, those are so good.
So then I just simply say to Sonia, if you don't mind, we'll finish the run for you.
Sounds good to me.
Thanks, darling.
All right. So you bring. So we're at 10 o'clock. So I'm just gonna say you bring the drugs to the den. They ask you, where are the red sashes?
Oh, they fucking failed, dude. They're wow. Really? You picked
They
them?
ripped the face off of a blue coat on the way here, so
Yeah.
we decided to keep things discreet by taking this here for you.
And we're just gonna start unloading the drugs.
Okay.
Or at least I'm
If you
gonna
don't
start
mind, we'd
Yeah,
like to
I
continue
just start like
doing so.
pulling them out of our
It's,
rigging.
it's that scene in Sinbad where they're just pulling out the knives and stuff at the beginning.
Just pick Twinkle up and go. Chugga, 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 chugga,
It's
chugga, and it
somehow
all just falls out.
Deviljack, who is like the least dressed of all of us right now, has the most.
I mean, I assume I've handed all the drugs that were hidden in my pants off to the two of you. I mean, I have very long legs. There's a lot of drugs in there.
There's a lot of drugs.
He's also covered in blood, so he's just going to be outside the warehouse just smoking a cigarette and staring into the middle distance.
I think that I'm wearing probably, I don't know, like just I'm using subterfuge supplies to wear like a coat that I would never be caught dead wearing
Right.
under normal circumstances.
Right.
And I just slap the coat down on the table upside down, like, just take it off. And
It's
like
like
inside it's
lined.
just lined.
You
Lined
can
with
have the
pockets.
coat too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just like shove it toward
So
them.
question is it a campy coat or is it a normal coat?
It's a, think like
What would you not be caught dead wearing? This is vital character development.
Like a camo cargo coat.
it's like it's a utilitarian
Pink
coat.
camo.
Like it's like a fur-lined utilitarian
Is it
coat.
like a dad coat? Like this is the coat you get when you're a dad and you've got 4 kids and you just got to carry all their shit.
Hey man,
Sort of. You could probably imagine a
Dad
a
coats are
lampblack
awesome.
like actually.
I mean, they
You could
are.
probably
I have a
imagine like a
mom
lampblack
coat, but like
wearing it.
Yeah,
It was really
it's not
basic.
fashionable, it's functional, and that's just not
functional.
Bij's like scene or
Yeah,
aesthetic.
my aesthetic is making fashionable functional.
Right. So, okay, so you drop off all the drugs. They are very thankful. You make it very well known that we are the post. The Red Sashes suck at their job. You shouldn't use them anymore to bring drugs.
Just so, yeah, hey, if you're going to be operating this city, just, well-known fact is that when you need things delivered, you call the post to deliver it.
Right. They thank you, and they give you 3 coin for your trouble.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then we are going to do... now we're going to do our payoff, entanglements, heat, downtime, all that jazz.
Woo.
Turf did we grab? Was it the one to the left or the one to the right?
Which one? Left, right? Where do you want to go? Do you want to head towards... Where do you want to head towards is really the question.
Left heads towards side business and informants. And right, we then have access to a vice den, a cover operation, which is less heat, or another turf. I like the cover operation because
Yeah, I
we're
agree.
the post.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like we need to like legit start up Amazon Prime.
All right,
That's our
so now
cover
that we have
operation.
So you're
Turf.
taking the turf to the
Side
right.
business? Or
Yeah.
vice den?
Yeah. Well, you're taking the turf to the right. So now you have open access to trying to go get a vice den or
Nice.
a cover operation or other things. And you are going to take a -1 in your reputation with the Red Sashes
Okay.
for taking some of their turf.
-1 reputation with them. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's just see them
How do
try to fight a
I-
war on 2 fronts.
Mark that.
If you cycle through your character sheet, your crew sheet, and then there's a faction view.
Oh, there. Okay.
And
and
then I think you can just toggle.
fringe,
They are underworld.
underworld. Okay. The red sashes.
-1.
-1. There we go. I got it. Okay.
Okay. And also, Golden had a really good idea that Sonia is a secret princess from Aruvia, and so we're going with that.
Okay.
By the way,
Do I know that?
It's a secret.
in character,
secret.
you don't know
Sure.
that, but I am telling the team as players that is a true thing now. Okay.
Secret. She's like Jasmine, but actually got away instead of
But-
just one night
but a
magic
criminal.
carpet ride.
Yeah.
But a criminal,
But a
and
criminal.
it's like if Jasmine took Aladdin's position as and just sort of you get where where I'm going.
Yeah.
Shoved him off
It was
the
a magic carpet ride, and she started a whole criminal empire right after that.
Magic carpet. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Aladdin's body is
Boss bitch,
rolled up
let's
in
go.
the carpet.
Yeah. Okay. She's a boss bitch. All right. So I guess you should have gotten the coins don't come in 3s, so you should have gotten 4 coin instead.
Okay.
I'm
Neat.
not mad about one more coin.
Yeah.
1 each, or do we want to bank it?
Do we still have to pay Crow's Foot?
You do.
Yeah,
You
we do.
need to pay the crows at this point.
I want to keep mine because my vice is gambling, and I kind of need that for that.
I'm fine with contributing my coin to the fund for paying off the crows.
Okay, so you're going to pay off the crows. All right.
I'm gonna put my coin in the crew thing.
Y'all cool if I take 1 coin? Can
Yeah,
use
go
it.
for it.
Nice.
Okay, so Spit put their coin into the crew stash. Jack gave his coin to the crows. Twinkle keeps her coin,
Yes.
and Bij keeps her coin. All right. So now we've talked about heat.
We have not talked about heat.
We're going to. So I don't know. How did you feel? Do we feel like that was contained, or do we feel like it was a little loud and chaotic?
Uh,
I feel like the red sashes probably came off with more of the heat than us because they're the ones who are going to be wearing the identifying materials.
That's true.
it's true. It was their mission that went south.
Okay,
Yeah.
Intentionally.
so I'm going to say that you had a low exposure, pretty smooth and quiet for yourselves, but it was in hostile turf essentially because you stole it. So that will give you a heat.
Mhm.
Okay.
One whole heat.
One whole heat.
We
You,
are
you-
one away from getting our wanted raised.
you did not
I
take.
thought that we paid some
Yeah,
of
because
them off.
I lost us some heat last time.
Yeah, we're
3.
We should be 3 away.
You're 3 away. Yes.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, you did not upgrade that. Update that from last time. But yes, that we are 3 away from having a wanted level. So I think, yeah. All right, entanglements.
Oh wait, how much rep
Alright.
did we get?
Oh, rep, you're right. Let's see. So I'm gonna say you got 3 rep. Is that right? Because the red sashes are, yeah, they're higher tier than you.
So how much rep total are we at now?
You should be at 6.
7.
No, 7. You're right.
Okay.
I said 3.
And then the turf actually reduces our need for more rep.
by 1. Yeah.
So, all right, cool. We're 4 away from going up in tier.
Hey,
Hey. Then you gotta pay coin for that, so
Yeah, well.
gonna be doing those jobs. Getting that money.
Money, money, money.
All right, now.
Okay. Now for entanglements. Good times. Alright. Somebody needs to roll for entanglements.
I don't know how to do it, so I want to do it.
So you're gonna roll 2 dice and keep the better result.
3d6, right?
Yeah. So it's a it's a.
I don't know how to do it in the sheet, but I know how to do the macro.
Okay. That's fine.
There is a button that says fortune roll on both the crew and character
Okay.
page.
So we're
Okay.
at 2, 4. We're at 6 heat. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Wait a minute. What? So in this case, you would roll 2 and keep the lowest, right? Because it's essentially a fortune roll. So it's
So then it'd be a 5.
it's a 5.
Yeah. If we're keeping the lowest, it'd be a 5.
All right, you have 2 options. Demonic notice. A demon approaches the crew with a dark offer.
Yeah.
Accept, hide until it loses interest, or deal with it another way.
Okay.
Or show of force. A faction with whom you have had a negative status makes a play against your holdings. Give them 1 claim or go to war. If you have no claims, lose 1 hold instead.
I kind of want to do the demon because I feel like that
I
just
don't
sort
want
of
to do the
plays
demon.
right. Like that just plays right into what we're dealing with here.
Yeah. We got to catch one, right? Remember my
Maybe
great plan?
Or kiss one.
Or kiss
Oh,
one.
God,
Or
yeah, of course.
kiss one.
Fair?
A fair.
How does this demon approach us? How, like, are we just sitting around the breakfast nook and the demon just
No.
rolls up?
They probably talk to bees.
Yeah, they probably talk to
Or
Beige.
Devil
Or do
Jack.
they talk through Beige?
Do you want this demon to be the same demon that Lady Anne summoned?
I mean, maybe I
I think
stepped
it
in the
has
circle.
to be. I think it kind of has to be the same.
Maybe I
think
stepped
it
in
Yeah, I
that
think it
circle a
kind of
little
has to
bit.
be.
Okay.
Let's say I even
If not, they know that other demon and they're like, hey, that demon sucks. Like, it's got to be connected.
Or it's our friend and you need to get them back.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. This demon comes to you
In a
with
dream.
no, to
Okay.
Beige, and says essentially like doesn't possess Beige or anything like that. but comes to Bij at night one night and says, I know you. I have felt you.
Woo.
I need to get Lady Anne's soul. And you know where it is. Get it for me.
You smell nice.
You seem nice.
You smell nice.
You smell nice.
I
Oh,
love the
that's
smell of
even
earth.
worse.
Like,
So, so
what
this
should
is
I call you and how do I contact you? I didn't think that I broke your circle. How are you finding me?
Oh, my circle was already broken. Well before you arrived.
So then,
I'll be watching.
Lord, I want to ask a question real quick.
Sure.
In fact, I would like to. Are we okay with the idea of me being a little more used to dealing with demons than ghosts as a whisper?
I'm fine with that.
Cool.
I feel like that's where our plot's going, so we might as well.
I'd like to actually command.
Okay.
Like to command knowledge of I'd like to command the knowledge of what this demon's connection is with the Path of Echoes. And if so, also a name.
Okay. The demon doesn't know anything about the Path of Echoes. I'm just going to tell you that.
Okay.
You don't even need to roll.
Cool.
If you want the demon's name, you're going to need to roll for that.
ASL.
Okay, Soot. What do I call you? I lead politely, like I'm just like, if so, and if it plays coy, then I'll get pushy.
It says, you can call me Spark.
Spark.
Yeah. Not its
And-
real name.
That's acceptable for now.
What does the demon look like?
Yeah.
They're very elemental, right?
Yeah, they are.
Mhm.
It looks like crackling blue fire. That is like in the shape vaguely of like kind of vaguely humanoid. Like it kind of moves and has appendages. Otherwise, mostly it's like a pillar of flame.
Okay, so sorry.
But it doesn't burn or give off heat in any way.
Weird. Yeah, I say like you don't look like what I expected.
And what exactly did you expect?
Something dirtier.
Oh, sweetheart. I can be dirty.
What's the rating on this stream again?
Mature.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
18 plus stream.
Got it.
Is there a timeline that you expect this to happen?
I'll be watching.
That gives me nothing.
I'll know if you're not working on it.
Let's say, because I'd rather not keep meeting in classrooms and libraries, that Lady Anne's is a rendezvous point.
Agreed.
See you then.
And it just kind of like dissipates.
Bij visibly like like goes from raised eyebrow to
Jesus.
it's like Goes
like-
from aggressive flirting to like that's scary as shit.
Yeah. So you, like bust
the
out of your
relief
room.
comes over their face.
Like you bust out of your room, guys, I was visited by a demon.
She's like, keep it in your pants, dude. Not even gonna like this is the third time in the past
I don't actually
year.
say anything.
Right, just
I don't talk about this yet.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Downtimes. Let's try to make this quick. Do people?
I indulge my vice.
Okay.
I'm going to say I got a 2.
I'm assuming people are going to be indulging their vices. I'm not sure that Deviljack really needs to right now.
I have 4 stress, so I'm going to.
Okay.
Deviljack's playing it safe. No wonder Deviljack's the coolest one out of all of us.
Cool as a cucumber.
Right. I don't remember. What do I do for my vice? What do I roll
There's
again?
a button that just says indulge vice. That's
Yeah.
what I
Okay.
clicked.
Clicked it. All right. No bonus dice. Do it. Okay. I resolve 2 stress. Neat. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
How does you have 0 dice on Twinkle?
I hit the button that said indulge.
You've got like no dots in one of your
I
insider
just hit the
prowess
I
or
hit the button
resolve.
that said indulge, so I don't know.
That's really
which I-
weird because it's dice equal to
Is
your lowest
very-
attribute.
Yeah.
I guess
Oh.
she doesn't have any in one of either insight, prowess, or resolve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I've
Yeah,
got
that can happen.
ones in those, but
No, you may have like one of your attributes probably doesn't have. Do you have like one of the 3 blocks that just doesn't have any dots in it at all?
that'd be insight.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what
Yes,
you rolled
yep.
then.
Okay.
Okay,
Damn.
All right. That was correct.
that is
All
correct. So you'll clear 3 stress,
Okay. Cool.
and then
Oh, Blades, so unforgiving.
yes, so unforgiving. Is Beige indulging?
Yes. Especially after that rendezvous.
Time to go get my
so-
freak on.
Yeah, so
Jesus.
Beige goes to I think she actually goes back to that brothel that they've frequented as like delivery space, orders a private room,
Okay.
starts shuffling cards after a bit, and like lays them out on a table. She's done this before.
So you're doing your own tarot reading?
Of sorts.
Okay.
If someone knocks on the other side of the door, I know I've done it right.
Okay. Who are you trying to summon with that?
Just a friend of mine. So let's see. Where is my purveyor? There was a place to. Oh yeah. So I'm trying to. And actually, I have a proposal for this.
You have a weird
I'll type
purveyor,
in.
right?
I do.
Who is it again?
Her name is Salia.
Salia, yes. Oh, yes,
Or
that's
Salia.
right. That's right. The ghost in a body.
Yeah.
Okay.
The little game we play.
Right. You're trying to
and-
summon her and she comes to you. So that you
Yes.
can
So you fuck.
do whatever you're gonna do together.
Maybe.
Maybe have a conversation, who knows? So
and honestly, like the few times I have been visited, she has presented as her. But it's been in different guises. So
yeah. Whatever. It's in a body.
Mm.
These fleshy suits. These mortal coils.
so I'm gonna indulge that vice.
Do it. Hit the button.
What are the circumstances for getting bonus dice on indulging vice?
There's none.
Are there any?
No. You
Okay.
you just do it.
Just do it.
Just do
Okay,
it.
cool.
Do it.
Okay.
4.
4. It's pretty good.
Is there a knock?
Yes.
I stand and like I answer the door. I open the door.
Okay. It is a body you don't recognize.
What do they look like?
They look like a well-dressed, dapper human. You can't really tell gender. that doesn't seem to be, pretty androgynous. That's okay. But when they see you, they say, "Oh, Beige, my darling. I'm so glad you called."
Celia,
Yes.
did they invite you?
Of course, always they do.
That's so fucking creepy.
I so I take their hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm quivering,
Mm-hmm.
and Celia like recognizes this as well. Like this isn't the first time that I've had this kind of trouble.
Yeah.
And I sit back down.
I see you want to talk tonight.
Perhaps I draw their hand like to like my chest.
Mm-hmm. Ah, I see. You are offering an invitation.
Please lock the door.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Do whatever weird kinky thing you want to do.
Yeah, I ask to like draw the curtain as well, like on the outside, so they know not to disturb us.
Yes.
Austin makes me
And
feel
I
good.
make sure to just say like, oh, and they were okay with paying, correct?
They were okay with paying. Oh my god.
You know how this works.
I just smile and fade.
Yes.
And fade to black.
I go to church and I pray.
Yes. Yes, bitch.
Oh.
Yes.
I mean, I just go to the fighting pit and
Dear God, I did a lot of terrible shit today.
Dear burned lady. Okay, so all right. So everybody else still has a second downtime that they can do.
All right.
Bees, you can work on that thing that you have, like the soul shook issue, and getting that healed.
Yeah.
I think you guys had gotten had standard, so you already used that. Nobody was working on a long-term project. And you guys could also either train or reduce heat. I mean, you can also acquire assets and all that other stuff. It's just there wasn't a long-term project anybody's working on at the time that I need to remind you of.
I'm going to train my playbook advancement.
Okay.
That's just one, right?
Just one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also going to train my playbook advancement, and all of you can enjoy imagining Deviljack working out shirtless.
Workout montage.
Yep.
There we go.
I don't have to. Well, I guess I do have to imagine it. I've got my scope.
Pumping iron. There's like three different weights,
I go to
one's
church
being
and I
lifted by
pray.
the tail.
And then when you're done, you go to church and you pray.
All right.
I, meanwhile, want to work on reducing heat.
Okay.
Nice.
So say how you're going to reduce the heat, and then roll an action.
So we had that person that convinced the blue cards that some person was leaping over the rooftops or whatever. I just want to start spreading a few more rumors, or even possibly pin it on another red sash of some sort, if I'm allowed to do something like that. Like possibly spread rumors to incite more of a witch hunt for this imaginary person who doesn't exist and who doesn't look like any of us at all in any way.
Okay.
Or pin it on someone else.
Okay.
And actually find someone to take the fall for this.
Okay, that sounds like a consort.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, I can do that.
Let me.
And position?
Just standard, normal, whatever.
Risky?
Risky. No. It doesn't matter. That is kind of it doesn't matter because you're in downtime, so just like whatever.
Okay. I'm just gonna do that then, and then standard and no bonus dice. Okay.
Okay, great. So at a 5, you reduce 2 heat.
Okay.
So now we're back down.
Did I
So
did I
4
pin it on anyone, or is it just
Nah, it's just a reducing
just
feat. Yeah,
okay?
it's not that involved. You pinned it on a lot of people at once.
I
Okay. And then
started an affair with the law.
2 affairs.
2 affairs.
All right. Jabari, what are you doing as your second downtime for Beige? Would you like to recover?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I have a way of like role playing this
Okay.
interestingly.
Ooh.
So if I'm just using this downtime, I forget how.
If you don't have a doctor, you're just gonna mark 1 box. And you did recover a little bit last time, right? You started a healing clock, I thought. Let me see.
I don't know if I took the second downtime action last time.
Oh, I don't remember.
Because
Yeah.
I don't see anything marked there.
No.
I think my second downtime action was actually assisting Spit.
I think it was, yeah, so that Spit
Yeah.
could get their thing cleared.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that cleared out on
Mhm.
Spit. So
And I trained a playbook for the first.
okay. So yeah, you don't have anything on your progress clock. So if you don't have anybody who can do medical assistance with you, then it will be just 1. If you have somebody who could do medical assistance with you, then you'd make a roll.
So if I'm soul shook, is this like
Well, I was seeing that you have like
spiritual?
a friend who is a witch, and I was
Cullen.
thinking that you could, because of the specific type of injury harm that you have, that yeah, you could use her. You could tap that friend. I'm assuming I said her, but Quellen could be anybody really. But yeah, you can ask Quellen to help you
Cool.
and make a roll for that.
You know, so I'm going to keep that in my back pocket because it's good to know just for like future fictional positioning of like weird healing things. But I think I'm actually going to train my prowess and max that out for another dot.
Okay.
With my fun times.
That sounds great. You'll actually get, I think, prowess is what the crew has 2 on.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll actually get
spill over.
Yeah, you'll spill over.
Nice. Cool. I am marking my first dot in finesse.
Yay! Excellent.
Yeah, and have a good night.
Okay, so we've done downtime. Nobody overindulged. Yay. So now experience. I've already done the crew experience. You guys got 3 experience on your crew for doing cool things that were things your crew wants to do.
Cool.
So for Beige, you addressed a challenge with knowledge or arcane power.
I don't know if I addressed a challenge. I think it was met with a future challenge.
Yeah. You did express your beliefs, drives, or heritage. I will say that. And then, did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas? And I'll say that the demon thing is definitely is worth that.
Cool. So 2?
So 2.
Actually, I'm curious. Is it explicitly arcane knowledge for the first?
It's knowledge or arcane power.
Huh. Yeah, I don't think that I did any specific like more than just like I'm a Rivian, but I didn't do any like specific like I know how to like navigate those social circles specifically in a trusting way. So
Right.
Cool.
All right. So Spit. Ray, Spit addressed a challenge with tracking or violence. Yes.
Sure did.
And
Yep.
yes. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't really push for that one today.
Yeah. You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session.
I was pretty fucking reckless. I made that shot after I rolled my trauma over into reckless.
Right. Okay.
Oh God.
All right. So I will say 2 for spit.
I like it. And then I marked one for the time I failed a desperate roll.
Yeah. Anytime you roll in a desperate action, you mark an XP in that like category.
Anytime I roll?
Anytime you roll.
Anytime you roll. Just make a roll. And Kitty,
another
for
one
you
later.
two, you made like 2, I think, resolve group rolls during the desperate situation. So you should mark 2. You should have marked 2 XP in resolve for doing that.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Okay. Devil Jack.
Yeah, I addressed a challenge with violence and coercion for sure.
You absolutely did. You expressed some of your background, heritage, that kind of thing. I'm not sure that really came up.
No, not
Fashion.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, besides fashion.
I mean, fashion as cargo.
And then you struggled with issues from your vice or traumas.
Nah,
Nah. So.
we're
Okay,
good.
We're good.
I'm marked.
All right. And then Twinkle.
I would like to contend that I did both a stealth and an evasion. One
Okay.
stealth for shoving the guy into into the other guy, and the evasion for heading off the other blue coats.
Yep. And yes, I will say that. And I will also say that you expressed some of that factory worker background when making decisions.
With the porn?
When
Oh no, the decisions. Oh, okay, yeah,
you
sure.
were making decisions about like, yeah, we should definitely help the lamp blacks, and that's who we should really be helping here.
Yeah.
Yes, that.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
Okay.
So would that be 3 then, or just 2?
I'll say it's 3.
Okay.
All right. Excellent. We have finished. We are in the duns.
Yay! That was a lot of fun.
That was great. Thank you, everyone.
I had a great time, everyone. Same time
Yeah.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Are you gonna? Do we need to change the safe word, or are we still good with
Kitty needs to go to bed. I'm putting you to sleep.
Good night, Kitty.
Good night,
I am-
Kitty.
I am 18 hours awake right now. I was up at 6 a.m. today.
Go to
so-
bed. Go to bed.
I'm going to bed. Good
Thank
night,
you all for
everyone.
watching.
Yes, thank you all for
Yes,
watching.
thank you for showing up.
Try not to die.
Try not to die. Tune in next time. Change it if you want to. Don't forget to listen to bonus experience
Yeah.
Filling our podcast on our live stream.
on our live stream. That's a part of the podcast.
All right.
BXP and friends present
Present.
Be Gay Do Crimes.
Be gay.
Be gay, do crimes.
Do crimes.
I'm so
Episode
excited.
2, I have no mouth and I must scream.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, my players, for playing. And this is it. We're going to do... I don't have an outro. I kind of wish we did, but we don't.
We'll
so
figure
I'm
it
just
out.
going to suddenly stop streaming. Good night, everybody.
Right.
Good
Good
night.
night.